Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Tribes Talk podcast. Once again, I'm joined by the ineffable Carthrick and wonderful Wolfie because I like alliteration. How you doing, gents? Oh, what have you got there, Wolfie? What is that? I like it.
Oh,
that little glass there.
Ooh. Got a little bit of Mitcher's ride this afternoon. How would help you?
I like it. Like that glass there. That glass is a Sears glass. I think you'll find. You're like, yes. Stems are overrated on my glasses. I will have it in this bulby-looking motherfucking thing. It's great. It's beautiful. Karth, you're looking kind of blurry there. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing well. I was just testing out different stuff with the camera. I had another one I was kind of thinking about doing, but it's just way too noisy.
Yeah,
it's like a GIF background, and so I was like, I don't think that's gonna pencil. So yeah,
I'm sure it wouldn't take up like a full 15 to 20 minutes of the Tribes Talk podcast of us just talking about your animated background. That's not the sort of thing that we do here. We run a tight ship. All right, the agenda gets stuck to
no callbacks. Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. So those of you that missed the actual live show where you missed the pre-show of the Tribes Talk podcast, we talked about all the interesting points, so you're only left with the dregs of Swigger news in today's podcast. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
Sorry. What am I trying to get with?
I don't know.
Oh, he's like, what was it talking about again? There was Star Wars and there was things and stuff.
I'm staring at the crate raid trying to be productive. And it's not going well.
Are you telling me, Karth, that your concentration is not 100% on this podcast right now? I'd say it's outrageous.
It will be momentarily.
Man, the crate raid, I will not miss that when it's gone. Do we have any idea when we're getting any information on the new raid? Because I'm staring at all these troopers, all these Leia, all these everything. It's still just soon TM.
Yeah, it is. But we
Karth,
should be due a road ahead soon, right? Yeah, Karth, you've got the insider track. Let's go, baby.
So well, there goes that run. Screw it.
Karth is like, yeah, the crate is a big doo-doo head.
The crate sucks.
The crate raid.
Giant
we should. I'm just gonna send it. I don't care. I'm not gonna fight the extra 500,000 damage. Somebody else in the guild can get their shit sorted and do it. No, let's see. We should get a road ahead this October. I wouldn't think that it would be next week, but there's a possibility that it is. But my suspicion would be that they would give us a road ahead towards the middle end of October. That's going to come up with the 8-year anniversary stuff. Probably start talking about the raid. My assumption is going to be that the raid is going to launch sometime with the 8th anniversary, either like right after or right before. There would be my guess is what they're aiming for. They need to kind of get out the door, and it kind of feels like they're going to release the raid sooner just because of all the free shards they gave out for Leia's characters.
And
so
then they did the additional web store drops as well. I know it's not a lot.
Yeah.
But
it was nice. I got like probably 30, 40 useful shards.
So did I. So at the very least.
I got crappy roller shards.
I got a couple of Rex shards, and I was like, I already got this guy, damn it. But then I did get, one day I had 15 drops of Drogon. I was like, okay, sweet, thank you, I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's like that's like 25 sims.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of things that are indicating that the new raid should be here probably in the next 2 months. Would be my guess, but we're not going to get anything until they do a road ahead or something like they did with the crate raid. That's going to explain all that. That actually is one of the things.
Next week, because
next week is new Datacron set and the new Conquest character. So
I have the assets in the game for next Monday. So
I wouldn't.
Yeah, we're all on board. We're all on board. It's gonna be Gideon. It's not gonna be a stopback light side character.
I'm like 90% sure it's Gideon, but like I'm gonna leave myself some wiggle room because I like the odds of CG saying that Gideon's coming without him being next, or like it just seems like they're super low.
Unless they're really going for something that's like, oh my god, this is so hype. Everybody is expecting Gideon, but instead we get fucking Revan Reborn, and everybody loses their mind.
Conquest
we
character
get Red 5.
Red 5 to come in as a counter to the Leviathan in 3 months. That would be hilarious.
I'm pretty sure that if Red 5 ever drops, then Meathead's like out of a job. Like
Pretty much is. That's half of what he does.
I love you, Meathead. I love you, Meathead. I do. But that's kind of like 60% of your job description is trolling the community about Red 5. Then there's 10% is coming into my Twitch chat and giving away free crystals. So, after that, they're like, you've got to go part-time, Meathead. I'm sorry. By the way, Meathead, you're coming on the Tribes Talk podcast, so make it happen. All right? What are we talking about again?
What's coming up next week, and then the new Conquest character. There's a chance, but I mean, honestly, the next thing that to me that seems on the horizon is the next legacy character for fall quarter and winter release.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense.
Puzzle.
It could probably come out with this charity stream that they have coming out. I thought it was supposed to be this weekend, but I honestly have not seen anything on it yet, and I don't remember where they're at with that. I guess I could probably go pull the Capital Gains stuff off Twitch and see if it has a date posted. Anyways,
I mean, those puzzles were pretty sick. Like the last one we had was pretty damn cool, to be fair. So
yeah.
They sent the stuff to Grid and
Cub Skull, didn't he?
That whole one. That was
Is it crazy to think that Cubs actually
21st.
left the game less than a year ago? It feels like Cubs has been gone for like a decade. A massive hole in the content creation universe for Galaxy viewers.
There's so much that goes on.
What about that? Damn.
Feels weird, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes on.
It really does. All right.
He left in like March this year, and it feels so much longer. It's really weird.
Wow.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Because it was probably about a year ago that they did the puzzle. That's crazy.
It's almost So I would expect so their main event is October 21st. It's a month from now. Okay. So we are definitely gonna probably get the puzzle before then, because I don't know if you guys have checked the data mines, but we have 2 new characters on deck already.
Have seen.
And a lot of times
2 new marquees incoming.
Like they'll do the puzzle and then like actually talk about the character and everything in that Road Ahead post. So that would check out. They're going for that soon. Yeah,
so they're gonna have to be going for it soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we in the beginning of October, that's when the puzzle comes out. We'll unlock it. We'll find out the first character. We'll find out who the event's for. We'll find out the remaining characters. I don't know why they want to do the whole thing, keep us in the dark on who's coming. Like, it's not going to change anything.
You gotta build the anticipation.
Yeah, but it depends on what the team, what they're gonna do though, right? Because if it's a team
who I would really want to have is, and I know this sounds stupid, I want them to bring out Lightside Starkiller or Galen Malik or whoever you want to call it.
Galen Merrick, that would be
Lightside
awesome.
equivalent, and have it be so that you don't have to take Maul and you could throw it in with Malicloss. Like, make that team actually kill shit without needing to pull Maul from Lord Vader.
Oh my! Well, make him a tank.
But a tank that's actually fucking useful.
But the tank that deals damage.
I will say. Yesterday, full disclosure, it was a Relic 5 Rail Guard. Full disclosure, but I was able to kill a Lord Vader with Malicloss. With crew,
nice.
Maul was on defense with Lord Vader. So crew was the 5th. But
well done.
Pretty much the key was getting Royal Guard down to below into the yellow, and then using Seer's big hit, because then you can do the percentage health damage. At that point, then.
So below 20%, they can take damage from percentage health effects, or is it below 30%? I can't remember.
I think it's 50. I think
it's really 50.
In the yellow. Okay.
It's 50 or 60. Most of their stuff is increments of 20. Because like below 80, I need to pull up Lord Vader's textbook to verify.
I had to ask chat. I'm not kidding. I was like, somebody in chat, what's the threshold? Somebody tell me real quick. Can I throw it? No. Okay.
I can't. Somebody in chat, when you could do percentile damage to Lord Vader's ads? What's the percent? I thought it was lower than that. I thought it was really low.
That's why I had to ask. I was like, somebody please confirm this for me. Let me not waste this move. But managed to get him down, and then Malicloss had enough to burn him down. So, I mean, anybody trashing on Malicloss, he can absolutely do things on offense.
I'm not trashing on him. I'm not trashing on him.
I don't mean you. I don't mean you.
It's like he definitely has a lot of capability, and I've seen him completely wreck Reyes and shit like that. Like Rey seems to be a really easy counter for him. But I don't know. It feels to me like I'm almost, if I want to have any kind of reliability in beating a GL, I need to be pulling Maul, and it just doesn't feel. I don't feel like weakening my Lord Vader is worth
give it a week,
soft
and then
counter.
the Datacron comes out, and then it's gonna be he's gonna roll face for 4 months.
Yeah, but I mean that's the problem. It's like it's for 4 months. It's for 4 months where he is going to be completely obnoxious, and that's great and everything.
It's rewarding the players who invested early. But so Lord Vader's thresholds are while below 80%, they can't be critically hit. While above 50%, they are immune to damage over time and thermal detonator effects. While above 35%, during an enemy's attacks, they are immune to max health reduction and other damage based on max health. So they have to be below 35%.
Oh, it's 35%. Oh, okay, so it's even lower.
I was close. I was close.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I got lucky then.
The irritating thing about that though is like we got to kind of guesstimate. Like, is that 35? That could be 40.
Honestly, I wish they would update the UI to reflect health by percentage, because so many things are impacted by the percentage of health.
Yeah.
And it would be so easy to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, they can just have a little signifier. 10%.
Yeah, just make it a solid green bar, and then just have a UI you can read. Yeah. And then tell me the percentage on it when it takes damage.
Even if you only have to go into the inspector, you know, where you can look at all the buffs and all that bollocks on a character, just hold click. That's enough.
Even just in the top right, it doesn't have to be like on the actual character, maybe a little bit small, but like on the top right when you're targeting.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll show it up there, just like something, so you can so it's visible. Yeah.
They could do it on the actual portrait icon of the character. It could just go X% health.
When you're targeting it, something they can tell you what that is. Yeah, that would work.
Exactly. Yeah.
That would help for those sort of situations.
So yeah. 100% agreed. Absolutely.
That would be useful for Savage as well with his yeet. It'll be like, you're below 50% health.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many characters that have percent health clauses on when they can deal to different thresholds that it makes the most sense to have something in the game that reflects that.
So, long way around, circling back to it, I want a light side Starkiller. That's what I want. I don't think it's going to be it. I don't think so, but that's what I want.
No, I mean,
with Malicloss, though, I completely agree. Like, I was able to kill him with crew and everything, but it did not feel comfortable. Like, I felt like I was on the edge. I felt like I did not hear nearly enough damage. I felt like I was just barely getting through. Like 100%, he needs another fifth that is not Maul, that is not destroying the Lord Vader team. Again, Datacron, they solved that, but it shouldn't come down to Datacron.
Yeah.
So,
what do you guys think it might be? I'd lay out. With the two lightsabers, twin lightsabers, let's get it. You know.
Well, it depends on what they want to do. I really hope when they do this next legacy character that they do a similar style that they did with Starkiller initially, which is, can we bring can the characters that are used to unlock it not be a part of the team? Like, have a team design for this to slot into, and then use
a bunch of elevated units for factions.
To lift up factions. Is what I would be hopeful for. I think that would be a far more interesting play on things.
I love it when they do that. That's great.
I hate how they did Afra's, but I'm a little annoyed with Afra that they never really completed the team. Like, they just we'll just use whatever you want as the fourth and fifth, and I'm like, except for nothing's optimal. Like, you either have to take Vader away from something else that he kind of needs to be in, and then like the best droid right now is B2 as that fifth slot, and so it's like you don't really have this constant team to work with because you don't have a good tank, you don't have a good, and Vader's damage is just bananas under her. So it's like, how much are you willing to give up for it? And it's just things like that kind of drive me batty.
Stands though, like, sorry, I like when they like what you're saying. I like when they lift up all these factions, like when they lift up all these unused things. We're sort of running out a little bit. Resistance are now an overpowered team because of Zori. Tuskens are now doing stuff. Rebels, other than like the crap random leftover Rebels, we're running out of really factions that are shit to bring up.
Jawas. You can bring out a Jawa lifter, no fucking problem. Let's go. I want a Jawa lifter. Let's do it, baby. Who else could there be? Let's spitball here. Theorize. 4 teams, yeah? 4 teams. I'm saying Jawas is one, because Jawas are, I know they have their use. They're very, very niche use for terrible banners.
We need Pelimato to come in. Pelimato is going to be the Jawa lifter. Done. She likes them furries.
Oh, God. I was thinking about who you're talking about for a second. I'm like, what are you on about? Oh, yes. I know exactly what we're talking about now.
Oh, man. For anybody who's not aware, the mechanic from Mando.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
The mechanic for Mandalorian, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we need 3 more factions. So I want one from Wolfie and I want one from Karth. What do you guys think? What faction needs a lifter unit?
I'm going to sort of cheat a little bit because somebody in chat just actually said what I was thinking about. I just got a Relic 9 Young Han just after my Relic 9 Young Lando. And while they're amazing and they're fun and all, they're not really like the top tier scoundrels and may not always go on a dash team. And if I want like my L3 and my Vandor Chewie and stuff like that on the team. So maybe somebody else to actually make that team a little bit better and give some more scoundrels, give that prepared faction that sort of era could be pretty good.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And I'm just saying it now. Beckett from the Solo film, right? He was a great villain, to be honest. So why not? Absolutely.
Well, and he doesn't even need to be a villain. He could be light side for the where they
can be neutral.
Not the dreaded neutral tag. I mean, I'm down for it. I want more neutral.
Yeah. He would be neutral. Absolutely.
To be honest, so the ones that because I just pulled up the tags in game. The ones that I could see needing help are going to be Separatist and Rebel Fighters and First Order kind of needs a Zori kind of mechanic to their B team. That would be kind of cool. I would like some Galactic Republic lifters. Something that helps Padme be useful again on her own.
First Order already has an Omicron for TW and an Omicron for GAC for the trash character. It's not top tier.
No, it's nowhere near Zori. It's nowhere near Zori.
Oh, I know.
And for the First Order TIE Fighter pilot Ami to be good, you have to pull Hux and Sith Trooper to that team. It's like, who's doing that?
Yeah. Can we just jump in here sideways and mix shit? They'll never do this because there's no relic levels. But can we have a resistance ship that actually does something? Could that happen?
Can we get Zori Bliss's Y-Wing at some point?
Yes! Give it to me and make it, good and stuff. Wouldn't that be neat? Is this
finally going to be the year of the ships? Imagine they make it like a ship thing, and they make it Red 5 and then have 4 ships go and lead towards Red 5.
It's Resistance Red 5.
It's piloted by
Bad card.
That would be such a great... they should do that for April Fools next year. Red 5 is coming to the game piloted by Rey. A new Resistance attacker. Every time it takes a turn, it passes foresight and resets the cooldowns of all Resistance ships.
Whenever a Resistance ally gains foresight, they reduce the cooldown on their specials by 1.
Yeah,
that would be so broken on that team.
And gain 20% turn meter. I know that won't work against Profundity, but everything else, you'd have ult in just a couple of turns. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, you would be decimating the freaking Leviathan fleet. That'd be hilarious. I'd love to see every second of that. But yeah, in short, I would love to see some of those factions. First Order, I think I would kind of want. Well, they need a new leader to lead the leftovers. That's what I think their biggest weakness is right now. Is just not having a good
General
leader.
Pride.
I mean, I'll take it. I don't care. Just give me something. They could, yeah. Because we just don't have anything really that's good for it, and which is kind of unfortunate. And it's just, but it's where we're at, and I would much rather see something. Something that helps lift that B team up, because First Order TIE Fighter Pilot Omni is great, but it's it's a flash in the pan kind of Omicron. Same with Zam. Zam's was really good right up until Fennec,
man.
And then you're
I feel so bad. I never used that damn Zam Omicron. I feel so bad about it.
I used it loads, and then it just doesn't seem to do much anymore. It's crazy as it sounds. She's passing 20% speed to the whole team.
It's a lot.
She's passing 70 speed to all of the bounty hunters. And you're like, yeah, it's not that great. It's like, what? There was a time when that shit was phenomenal.
It's the stats.
Yeah, it's the stats as well.
Too.
Extra
all
offense.
The offense. It's a lot.
It is. Yeah. And I just don't use it. But hey, Mull is absolutely right. Padme's Galactic Republic team needs to actually be a Padme Galactic Republic team at some point, instead of being, it's nice. GAC, so she goes in with JMK, or we'll make a Gidme team, which is one of those theory crafting things that shouldn't work, but does because funniness.
Give us a GR character that does a Gideon type thing, though. Give me Captain Panaka that just suppresses the turn meter off of everybody, and then it does the same. Take the mechanic that's already being abused, and then just give that character thing as if all allies are light side. So that way you can't double dip with Gideon and that new character.
Yeah.
And then just send it, so people still have the one option until they farm the new character, and then when they have that character, they can just use that instead. So you're not taking away the mechanic. You're just saying that we would like you to push back to full GR with this team. So if that's what you're going to do, just go ahead and farm this character.
They could do something similar to Tuscans with him, where it's like, if the enemy gains 10% courage, all Galactic Republic allies gain 10. Sorry, if the enemy gains turn meter, gain 10 stacks of courage for all Galactic Republic allies and daze the enemy team.
They could add something in there that gives them courage, like momentum does. So give them 1 second of courage. Anytime any ally attack or any enemy attacks on a turn, or gains bonus turn meter, or gains a buff or something, and have it conditional, so that there's still teams that you can use to get around it, but it's still going to be a pain in the butt.
It would be good because Padme deserves to be, in my opinion, she deserves to be a leader of Galactic Republic. It's just they've all been nickel and dimed away to other teams, so she needs a bit of love.
I mean, she needed Anakin and Snips, and Snips hangs with JMK pretty much exclusively, and Anakin goes and hangs with Qui-Gon.
They reworked Anakin to work with Padme, and then they reworked Snips to work with Anakin, and then they reworked Kenobi to play with Snips, and Snips got some stuff for Kenobi being present too. So you have this little group of 4 that has their kits interdependent upon each other.
Yeah.
It's so either give us something that replaces that, and we can build the Padme team back proper. So give us another GR tank so we can swap Kenobi out consistently to somebody else. Give us another massive Jedi Galactic Republic damage dealer that's going to be able to swap out for Anakin, or just give us.
Like you're not already using Plo.
I hate using Plo, but Plo has a place on his own. He goes to his own teams nowadays. You
always got to give yourself a Plo job, guys. I'm just saying.
I am. This is true.
But it is the way. Like you were saying, I mean, they have that whole set team and everything, and having Padme run her own team and having that actually built back up again, it would be nice. Yeah. Return her to her former glory.
It's one of those funny things, though, is when you actually go back, and if you ever find yourself in that weird position where you just happen to have Padme and some characters that she's actually a really good kit. If you got Padme with Cat and GK and JKA and Snips, that's a horrendous team. It's horrible.
Courage is huge.
Courage
is great damage. Oh my god.
It's actually really good, but you're just never going to do it, are you?
Why do you think so many characters have that? They're immune to max health damage. Like, you know how much Padme would tear apart Lord Vader if they didn't have that clause?
Oh my god!
Like, they would obliterate them. All the dots to cleanse for all that protection up. You would just be smoking fools.
Straight up, DR would straight up annihilate Lord Vader teams if they didn't have that percentage health effect. Because you'd just be like, and Malik drains you. And Malik drains you. And there's 3 of your characters dead. And they're like, they tried to do dots. Okay, well, now you're feared. It's like, okay, sure. Crack on. Maul does his 5 stacks, triggers a bonus turn from Malik. Malik drains Maul. Maul's gone. Like, okay, cool.
I mean, and I'm all for it. I'd love to see that kind of stuff.
Accurate.
But long term, I don't know what they decide to do. To be honest, I keep thinking that they're gonna do one thing, and then we get 10 seconds down the road, and it's just like, oh, well, we didn't do that thing, so there goes that idea. So I don't know. I'm a fence sitter on this one. There's a lot of things I'd love to see happen with the next set of legacy characters and lifters and things that come from that. But part of me just like sits on the fence and is like, but it's probably gonna be something because like I wasn't really thrilled with Aphra, so I'm hoping we don't get the same thing where it's just like,
I wasn't
enjoy
thrilled at all with Aphra.
Just enjoy other characters we pulled out of.
I appreciate the release, but I don't really care about Aphra personally.
Starkiller was next levels of hype, and I think it was so clever of CG that when we got the last character, because this was the first time they did these legacy releases, and the last character was like Dash Rendar, and they're like, yeah, this is the last marquee, it's Dash Rendar, and you're like, oh, I mean, great, cool and everything, but that's it. And then there was just like, oh, by the way, and people figured out, you go to another video, and there was that little clip of Starkiller, and then everybody lost their freaking minds.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like that the hype around Aphra was nowhere nearly as high, and the thing is too is Aphra is nowhere nearly as impactful. Like Starkiller isn't doing the same things Aphra is, and that's true, but Aphra's team is so hamstrung on where it's useful. It's just like, why would you like? She's like no one invests in her. They don't want her. Nobody really cares. And so it's like I would want something that's going to be a lot more like how they did Captain Rex, where we have a specific use for 5v5, a specific use for 3v3. Those are the things we're gonna put that in his Omicron to have both, and then just let it go like that. I hate the fact that Aphra's 60 Omicron mats go out the window every other GAC. You know, it's just like, and then to even get some of it back, I got to put another 40 down on the 2 droids.
I think CG probably learned their lesson with 3v3 Omnis, and that's why they did what they did with Rex. They were just like, okay, nobody wants to put down an Omni that only applies in 3v3. Let's do something different.
Yeah, especially when the teams are harder to split. The Tuskens made sense to a degree. The Chieftain one's kind of a fun little niche and play on, the Boba Fett stuff.
Yeah.
The original Tusken Omni was put in because there was only 3 Tuskens. And so some of that stuff is fine, but I just loathe how they did Aphra stuff. It just it feels like such a waste of materials to have to invest 100 Omicrons in that team to be air quotes viable in both 5v5 and 3v3.
I mean, I will say this though, BT1 is absolutely terrifying.
Oh, but he's a monster. He's a menace with or without the Omicron.
He doesn't need that fucking Omicron, man. It's like, when I'm fighting against that Aphra team, I'm like, don't let him take a turn. If he takes a turn, everybody dies. Kill him quickly. Because he's just like, I'm just gonna basic you for 170,000 damage and then take a burning turn and then everybody's going to explode. And you're like, shit, where did my team go? He is absolutely horrendous. Can I back
out, or can I can't? No, just dead. Okay, cool. Good talk.
It's over.
Could you imagine if that was an Omicron on a character? You're not allowed to back out of the game.
Yeah, that would
no
be
escape.
That would be interesting. I mean, like,
it could be Darth Vader. Darth Vader, no
Yeah.
escape, Omicron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want it to be a worthwhile investment again. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with a lot of different potentials. Like, I mean, you could do a dark. I really hope it's light side though, to be honest. Like, I'm hoping it's light side. We had such a slew of powerful dark side coming out and like no light side support. I'm just like, can we just not get more dark side? Like, I really am done with dark side for right now. I'd love to get some light side support somewhere. Granted, we did just get Leia, but
where's my neutral support, man? I need my neutral. My neutral faction needs building up, baby.
Something tells
yes.
me.
Oh yes.
That neutral guy, he needs some help. He's all on his lonesome right now. Poor fucking Hondo.
Honestly, they just need to touch up his Omicron. Honestly, if they just touch up his Omicron and go like, inside of well, he's GAC anyways. Inside of GAC, he gains the light side and dark side tags as well, because they've done that before. I mean, and just make him
honestly, they should have done that from the get go. Like, neutral should have just counted for light side and dark side. Like, that would have been perfect. But they probably thought that's too overpowered.
Well,
I mean, there may have been some difficulties in coding and everything.
Hondo could go hang out with Afra then and have a good time. You think how Hondo and Afra would be so much fun together, but Afra's kids, like, you have to be all dark side. Well, because Hondo can literally go in and say to one character, you don't do anything for 2 turns.
Yeah.
And then, like,
now the worry is that BT1 is like, actually, I killed this person. Hondo's like, bye bye, no problem.
I mean, if you do the tank, I mean, yeah. Honestly, with against Chrysanthemums, you're not going to one tap Chrysanthemum. You might one tap the rest of the board, but you're not one tapping Chrysanthemum. He's got so much stats.
He's a chunky boy. Not much is true.
This is true.
He's
so the prize
he's a big
you think would be the prize you think about the line force user, or the prize would think would be a lifter. The prize would be their own team for the this new set of the assumed puzzle at some point.
Yeah, I can't see. I don't want them to release a team though. I want the V-lifters, but like we said, we're very limited on factions for that. So what I'd like to have happen is not necessarily reality.
You must do exactly as I desire. Why not, CG? Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, nothing else. Good day, sir. Yeah.
I said good day.
It's it's interesting, and generally. Like, with the legacy characters, if that's what they continue to do, technically speaking, is Afra a legacy character? She's canon still, right? So
she's canon,
she's kind of muddy water there. If they continue to do it, it can be incredibly hype, because there's such a strong fan base for a lot of these characters, and obviously I think they nailed it with Starkiller because it's frickin' Starkiller. Afra maybe missed the mark, but I think with Afra, I think there was more than a little influence from Disney at the time to say, hey, we're pushing a new comic line surrounded Afra. Yeah. Maybe shed some light on this girl so people will be like, I want to go buy this comic because she's sick. But I'm hoping I'm hoping it's more something that people just love in general, you know? What that is, I don't know. Lightside Mara Jade. Mara Jade's got.
I mean, that would be interesting too. To have a JML lifter with Lightside Mara Jade and make her a Jedi.
Make it a Jedi Knight Luke lifter. Bring him back.
I still think JML lifter should be Force Ghost Hermit Yoda.
Oh God!
So we can just go and be Stealthy Boy all the time, and JML always has a friend to call to assist. Right? It's perfect.
And one of his abilities has to be call down lightning that causes the enemy to burn.
They gave him a call lightning. Can you imagine just Hermione going? Dude,
and then he has to laugh maniacally. He has to, like he does, you know. I mean. But I guess he also, you know, I don't know. Like, whatever it is, I'm down for it. Let's do it, baby. Goddamn. Canon is a camera company. You're not wrong, Dr. Z.
I mean, yeah, that is a factual thing that happens. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do, but we got about I would say we probably got about 2 weeks roughly would be my time frame for the puzzle. Beyond that, I think they're just wasting time, and I don't think they can afford it if they want to do everything the way they do. Because I mean, like, you got to look at it pragmatically, right? If they want to release the character by the end of the year, we've got basically 3.5 months for that. Well, if you're going to release a character every 2 weeks, you're basically going to be by the time you're through the middle of November, you're gonna be walking a very tight timeline. So I would assume
CG as more deliberately. Yeah, I was gonna say they've PP'd on the whole. Hey, if we don't release this free to play friendly, then it doesn't work. They're like three characters still not free to play farm.
That has only been for GLs. That has only been the only time they've done it. Every single legendary event character that's come out has had the characters farmable prior to the release of the event. Now, like with Jedi Cal, it was a narrow window. Well, yeah, but I mean, they didn't
for GLs until it was for GLs. So,
yeah, but
just because it wasn't before doesn't mean it will be that forever.
I know, but what I'm saying is that they didn't break it with Jedi Knight Cal, and everyone thought they would. They didn't break it for Inquisitorius. They didn't break it for anything. It doesn't make sense for those characters to be broken and to try to release it first. Even Afra was the same way. Everything went farmable prior to her release. Now, it's tight windows. They shrunk down the release schedule to make it fit, but everything was farmable the day she came out. But yeah, it's
Gotcha.
That's where the pattern has been, and I agree. There's always a chance it can change, and they can do something different to benefit whatever the hell their agenda is. I won't argue that point, but
money is the agenda.
Now it sounds like they're not going to change how that.
Not complicated.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to change how that works.
I mean, speaking about money, make sure you all subscribe to my Twitch channel right now and like watch all my videos on 0.25 speed. Just put them all on a loop because I need to pay for groceries and stuff. So thanks, Tribe. Appreciate you guys. I'm expecting my viewers to like rock it up. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm really short on my Slacker farm, so I need all the help I can get there. Whaley Pack boys are the only way.
I meant them from Meathead.
Oh, yeah, Meathead. Next time Meathead does a giveaway, and he's like, okay, give me 5 ally codes. I'm just going to give my ally code 5 times. I'll be like, this is not an abuse of power. I don't know what you're talking about.
It tells me he'll see that one coming.
Damn it. Nah. So if I try and sneak in my own ally code, do you think he'll notice?
No, that part, no, but 5 times in a row, I think he'll notice that one.
Nah. He won't see it coming. That's fine.
Just put one of them in red, and it'll be like, ooh, hold on. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah, I'll do one in red, one in green, one in blue, one in yellow. I'll just confuse them. That's the only way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yep. Real talk though, what a nice guy Meathead is for coming around and just giving away free crystals to the viewers. That's huge. You know, they get a lot of shit. The community managers. That's really undeserved. I feel because it's not. They don't make the decisions around kits, around anything, around release dates, around bugs. They're not responsible for that stuff, guys. They're responsible for having a chat with you. And a lot of the people don't give them the time of day. They don't have a chat with them. They just hurl abuse. And that's not fair, man. That ain't fair. That ain't cool. They do a lot, man. It's a hard job.
It wasn't even just that, though. Well, like they came into your stream when Karth was doing the unlock over there, and he was able to see firsthand. Oh my God, this is done for.
This ain't working.
And it was a quick line of communication. Right? I mean, that's what you want. That's what we're looking for. That's a quick, good communication line. Done.
We fixed phase 4 of the GL layer event probably a couple of days quicker than it would have been fixed if we hadn't have done that. So if they hadn't turned up in the streams and watched shit, so.
Yeah, it would have been later on Friday that they got to it. Realistically, it would be the time frame, but yeah, it was a good thing to have happen, and for him to be present and watching and seeing what was going on, and then being in the office gave us an opportunity to do that. Oh well, this run's gone to hell, doesn't it? Look back over, and my entire Tuscan team's dead. I'm playing so half-assed right now.
Dude, the Tuscan team is so easy and it's so much fun, but you do need to focus on it. It is something you need to focus on the momentum. Karth
at R7.
At R7.
Yes.
At R7.
Below R7, it is a crap team.
At R7, it is so much fun, and I love it.
I'm still over here like Ram, just completely clueless as to what Tuscans even fucking do. So, you know,
they do momentum and they do things, and they get turn meters and they do damage.
All I know is that if I'm fighting Tuscans in GAC, TM bad, and bring something in that's immune to stuns, like Jedi Luke,
or just a instant defeat stuff, so you can get rid of character like bounty hunters tear Tuscans apart in 5v5. It's a 3v3 mechanics.
3v3 too.
Well, they can, but it gets the taunt that's always there with the Tuscan Raiders. If you do the double Omni team, is a little bit of
times I'll use Dadbod. Because Dadbod, Boba is basic. He's actually
gave me that.
He can ignore taunt. Yeah, he can ignore taunt too.
You gave me that tip like a couple of months back, and it worked a charm. It's just like the multiple hits, so good, so good. Yeah. Like Dadbod Boba is actually not terrible. He is not a terrible unit. He's actually very if you mod him for offense, he can hit like an absolute freight train. He does do damage, man.
He's the second highest. I think he's the second highest damage dealer. Maybe third, because I know Django and Bulb when their contracts can get out of control. Yeah. But he's really great for hitting those fast contracts. His basic already always hits twice, and then when they're under protection, when they have no protection, it's 4 times. Yeah. So it's a very powerful character.
And that's not like some attacks where it's like, as long as he's got bounty hunters resolve, right? But some characters, when they do more than one hit, it'll be like, reduce damage by 10% or reduce damage by 50%. But his is just like, no, if they got no protection, you're doubling his damage, basically. That's huge. Yeah. This is so good. It's like, lots of damage, please. Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's why he's so great against Lord Vader. I mean, he in TW, that's why he helps smash Lord Vader so good. They have no protection, so he's like, okay, cool, open season, easy. He's actually not
R5 bad Tuscans get 450k in the Raid Dragon. The problem is like R5, like that's a huge invest. Like Old Republic will get 450k damage in the Dragon Raid at gear 12. So like selling me an R5 team to get 450 is not. And
I mean, you got to have
R7 is an easy 1.8.
Oh yeah, for sure. Once you're modded correctly, it's an easy walk.
And once you learn how to play the battle, because there are some you need to be playing it right and save some things properly and get your momentum going. So there actually is some a few nuances to the battle, but once you get a feel for it and it just becomes natural, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
However, I don't recommend investing in them anymore because we have the new raid coming out presumably in.
Though speaking of which, you know what I did today, Scribe?
Apart from your R8 Farm Boy Luke?
Apart from my R8 Farm Boy Luke and getting everyone in my account above R5.
Yeah. Karth literally has no unit in his account now that is below Relic 5. That's the lowest investment in his entire account is R5.
Yes.
I feel no guilt or shame.
Karth is like, yes, good. I feel thicker and girthier than ever.
I took every character they've announced so far for the raid is R7 in my account now, so I will have.
Oh, so all the troopers, all the everybody. Okay.
I really want to do that. Like, if there was one faction that I'd love to just take to Relic 8 is Imperial Troopers. I'd like to have every Imp trooper at least Relic 8. That would just be so nice.
I mean, the troopers I was super
the Iden team at Relic 8 is insane. They just shit out damage. It's just like, okay, I had a character there and now they're just gone.
I experienced it in Friday's Galactic Challenge. Like that Iden team was just oh god, don't let them take a turn. They do. You've got like those 9 stacks of true damage, reducing damage by 10% per stack, and they just like opening turn. Everybody dies. Shit! What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Like, oh god!
Yeah.
Oh no! The only way you survive that is with Bounty Hunter's Resolve. So technically, you don't survive. You die and then are reborn. And hope that they don't.
Is not to survive.
Exactly. Yeah. That Iden team was nasty. But yes, Imp Troopers. I would love to have lots of relics on Imp Troopers. Alas, it is not currently so in my account.
Yeah, the Imp Troopers made sense to me. The only one I didn't love doing was Lando. I'm like, this just feels like a massive waste of my resources. But right now, it's just like
you don't know if you'll need him.
Well, Well, yeah, that's the main thing.
At one point, you might.
Because everything that they've said so far about the raid is we're assuming it's 3-man teams, and like if that's the case,
no, it is 3-man teams.
Yeah,
we're assuming because we don't know for certain.
Didn't they say it was 3-man?
No, they never said what size the teams were.
They said it was 3-man teams.
Oh,
I could have sworn they said it.
No, they never said. They never said what size.
Somebody in chat, quick
chat. In the first post, they talked about the raid.
I don't believe you.
You're lying. All right, hold on. We need to Google this.
Absolutely. Absolutely, they said 3-man teams.
Why are we all thinking that it has been 3-man teams then if they never confirmed it?
Because of the size of the teams they gave us at the beginning, because there was less than 25 characters required, which after all the other marquees came out, we're above that line.
Let me see what I can.
Yeah, we had discussion before about like how many teams you're going to have to run, because we're assuming 3-man teams over there. So is it going to be 8 teams you have to run? I assume you will not need to run every single character.
Yeah, no, Wilfie is right. The very first sentence here. You will be asked to bring 3 characters from the list below. That's one of the sentences. It's definitely 3-man teams. Definitely.
Well, that's gonna be
suck it, Kath.
Boring. It's gonna.
We had talked about this before. I thought this was. I thought it was okay. I thought it was common knowledge. My bad.
Listen, the line says you are required to bring 3. They might give you flexibility on who the 4th and 5th are.
Yeah, you'll be asked to bring 3. You'll be asked to bring 3 characters from the list below, and then an additional 2 characters also from the list below.
The additional 2 characters are optional, but you may bring them, but you are only required to bring 3. Good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the patience line.
Unlike the
a minimum of 3.
You can also already only bring in 3 characters.
Could you imagine if they gave you like scaling additional bonus points for undermanning? So it's like, if you go in with 5-man, you get
kind of thing.
that. Yeah, that sort of thing. So the less characters you use, you gain like percentile additional points towards your thing. That'd be kind of cool. But no, don't do that, CG. Please don't do that. They're like, this is how we incentivize people getting the Scout Trooper army that we still don't know what it is or what it does.
And that's the thing is, like, if it's a 3-person raid, I just feel like the Omicron's pointless, right?
Exactly. I agree. No, we discussed this before, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just too much of the mindset that I think that's that might be how one part of it works, because I can't see doing the speeder bike pursuit with the dark side characters. Like, that just seems really stupid to do that.
It does. I agree. It's gonna be really silly. I have no idea how this is gonna work.
So it's like, part of me wants that there's gotta be at least 2 phases. There might be one phase where they do the speeder bike pursuit, and then the other phase where they do the attack on the bunker. Well, you don't escape. They never escape on speeder bikes.
They blow up.
It's an inevitable march towards death.
Yes, something like that.
Mm-hmm. The speeder bike march towards death. That doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
Yeah. But anyways,
yeah.
Yeah, I have really. That's really a good point because I have no idea. I think we've talked about this before a while ago, but how the hell are they going to do this for the light side and the dark side? Because the light side, that's obvious. You have your rebels. You have them on the speeder bikes. They're shooting down the scout troopers as they're going away, trying to get word back to camp. That I can envision that. That makes sense to me. I don't have any trouble like imagining that, picturing that raid in my head. The other side. Are you just like trying to escape from them? Or are you trying to survive long enough? Are you trying to get a transmission off? Like what is how are they actually working that you're getting that done? So
are you just roasting Ewoks in the background? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm interested to see where it goes.
I mean, and if they do that means that you can't like have part light side, part dark side teams. So, you know.
There's just too much.
Light side, dark side mix like bounty hunters right now.
Can't do that. But I mean, I'm assuming based on what they've told us so far around, you know, the kits are going to be changing, that we're not going to have stuff like leaderships active or anything like that, unless you'll be given a new leadership for the raid event based on your faction. Maybe, I don't know, because your abilities are completely changing anyway. So it's like, I don't know how this works. We need more information. CG, the people need to know. What are we doing in this new freaking raid, bro?
Yeah,
I'm glad they got ahead of it with announcing the raid, but we definitely could use some more details. I'm really curious how this is going to go.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it too. Is like for what they've said so far, I think it's an inconsistency with how raids have been played currently, and so either we just need to know what their plan is. Like if with what we know currently, we have way more teams than we can run the raid with. Which is opposite of how they did Crate Raid, right? Crate Raid, you had 5 factions. We were able to squeeze out a 6th team there with the Hut Cartel split because there was more characters than those factions than they've given us for this the current raid. But if we're only doing 5 attempts again, then it's like, then why would you even want to relic up all these characters? Are they going to increase the number of attempts? Or are they going to increase?
Probably.
There's too many unknowns. Yeah, there's too many unknowns. And I just
I'm expecting 8. That's been my prediction for a long time now.
It makes the most sense. Yeah. It makes the most sense because if you're going down to 3s, but
it's just painful though, right? Like I know we're only going to be doing this raid once a week or once every 6 days. But I don't want to have to do nearly twice as many runs, and I don't want to have to be remodding 8 teams to be effective in this.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm telling you. Like, it just doesn't. To me, it doesn't pencil. It doesn't make sense for. I mean, how they have it currently with what they've stated so far.
It's actually pretty clever from CG if you think about it. When the character's performance in this raid, it's completely independent of how good they operate outside the raid. So they can have really shitty characters that you're like, yeah, but in the raid, their kit doesn't matter. So they're good in the raid no matter what. So you might as well Relic 5 these guys.
I'm very happy that you have your Relic 9 Piet, but you actually need Magma Trooper up at Relic 8, so get wrecked.
Because you're going to need them.
The reality is right now is that the way the current raid works is that they're replacing your abilities with different abilities during the raid. So it's gonna just become a mod gate. That's all it is, and it's like how the current Leia tier is with the speeder bike pursuit. The only thing that you can do on Leia that changes any of the outcome is how much speed she has. That's it. The more speed she has, the more turns you take. The more turns you take than your opponent. If you outpace them by 2 to 1, you win. So basically, with Leia, the only way you can't win her event is if you go in with no mods. Like if you can slap a speed set on her, you'll probably outpace the speeder bikes by 2 to 1, which is all you need to win. So if that's what we're doing in this one, and that's all, it's just a mod gate. This feels like even a worse way of doing the raids than Crate was. Because it's like if I can just go in and press auto if I slap my best 3 mod sets on a team,
it completely strips away any theory crafting, right? So
what's the point
it's like it doesn't matter what characters you pick, All that matters is, have you hit the relic gate? Have you hit the mod gate? Hit auto, max banners, everybody wins. But it's boring as fuck. And guarantee what they'll do is... Sorry, go ahead, Wolf. Yeah?
No, I would just say, just I am, however, sort of getting... As we're talking about you're working on your Supreme Leader Kylo Ren over there, Mr.
Sorry, who?
Gaming. Sorry, what? My what? Sorry, what was that?
Nobody knows. Ban yourself.
The flashbacks that I have to the rock paper scissors tier of that event, and when they try and do something with replacing abilities, and I'm just praying to God that they learn their lesson and don't give us something just stupid crap like that to do with this, but also have it mod dependent. Like I'm really hoping that they take the time and actually make this interesting and not just a base BS thing like that.
I hadn't thought about it before, but it does actually worry me now that we're talking about it, because Jay in the chat over here is saying people are burned out on crate, which is fair enough. You know, they don't want to have to do the same thing, so maybe going in on auto isn't so bad. And I can kind of level with that. I think my bigger concern is that they're ever so slightly edging away further and further from, manually controlling a well-optimized team to feel like that your autonomy and what you do matters in order to boost that raid score, right? Like, theory crafting was a big thing for all the raids, like Heroic Sith, figuring out how do we do part 1 before we had stuff like Lord Vader clearing the raid and Slacker clearing. It used to be an absolute puzzle, right? And it was cool. It was fun. If they get rid of that, and not only is it a case of, you've got a relegate team with good mods and you just auto and win, but it's also, it's not going to be just that relegate team. It's going to be a case of, if you want to hit this good box, you need to have 8 teams at relegate.
Yeah.
All the theory crafting goes out the window because every single battle is homogenized. Everything's the same. It's just, are you relegate? Yeah. Do you have the mods? Send in 8 teams in succession. Hit auto. Yeah. We just need to throw shit at it, basically.
Yeah, and that's
not clear. I actually do enjoy the crate raid. I actually do. I've said this before a million times. I actually think it's got some interesting mechanics. I think it's got some pretty cool things. Going in with the different teams, figuring out how the mechanics work, and lining this up. And like I said, the Tuscans is actually a pretty fun team to run when you're at Relic 7 and everything. It actually is a fun thing. I'm burned out because we have to run the thing so often. Run the thing, every 3 days.
Constantly.
Do like the same battles over and over and over. It gets to be trying. It gets to be a bit much. That's the reason that I'm burned out on the raid, just because, not because I don't enjoy it. I think it's a pretty well designed raid. I think there's some cool mechanics. I think there's some interesting stuff going on. As Karth is sitting here dying once again.
I finished all my attempts. I'm just looking. I put in my main account all the characters they've listed for the new raid so far. So I was scrolling through to see what our options were.
Okay.
Because basically they give us enough to run roughly 2 Rebel teams, 2 Ewok teams, and 2 Empire teams.
So that... Wait, really? That's it?
Well, because you're just lacking on leadership. Like you do have like 4 Imperial leaders here, because you have Iden, Piet, Gideon, and Veers.
Leaderships and everything. Okay.
But then
did they say leaders would come into play or just uniques? I forget. I think they said that in one of the posts, but I gotta check on that one. But anyway, so real quick, just to wrap up my thought, I want to just finish and say, I don't want something that I can just go full auto. I want something with interesting mechanics that are an interesting puzzle and something cool to do, like the Cam mission versus the Reva mission. The Cam mission was a lot of fun. There was an interesting mechanics. It was tough. It was a puzzle. It took like some sort of thing to figure out. The Reva mission, you get your mods right and you do like 3 things and you just win. I like when there's an actual puzzle, something actually to think about and something to figure out and everything going on. So I really hope they don't just make this new thing an auto and you win, get the relic levels and cool. So
to be fair, like the Cam mission, I know a lot of people complained about it over the years, but the Cam mission is actually a very well designed special mission. And almost all of the scenarios that you encounter are recoverable, right? You can almost always fix a cam run if you take the right approach. There are a couple of scenarios where you just can't win. Like if you get like a big rocket onto Rex that lands heal immunity, triggers sacrifice, you lose 5s, you don't get the sacrifice, and they kill your Rex, you're down 2 clones, and then he like burns for 7 turns. Like there's stuff but most of it is fixable.
It happens.
Whereas it happens. It's very rare though, very rare to have that level of really bad RNG. Because like I used to run 3 accounts through the cam mission and guide the guild through cam missions, and the success rate was really high. If you know what you're doing. The Reaver mission didn't feel like you had that much control. There are certain situations where it's just like, oh, okay, so you've got 3 or 4 of your characters stunned out the gate, and it happens to be Grand Inquisitor and Fifth Brother and Seventh Sister all get stunned right at the start. It's like, okay, you've got bad luck there. There's not a whole lot we can do. Somebody's blown up already. Seventh Sister explodes immediately. Yeah, and but it doesn't feel. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the strategy, because the strategy was very straightforward, right? It was like, get the 6 stacks of Purge, you land the Torture to give yourself Tenacity up, you cleanse the Stealth, you kill Scavenger. That's the strategy. And then Phase 2 is you hit Auto, because Phase 2 is done, right?
That's it.
I mean, the only reason Phase 2 is even a challenge is if you lose somebody out the rip. But I mean, once you have Reva, the mission's a joke. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's still like there's a chance that like you don't get the 6 stacks of Purge forever, and then Seven Sister winds up with like 20 thermals and 15 dots, and then you finally got to do your stuff, and then just trying to stabilize to keep her alive is almost impossible. And so it's just one of those things where it's just like, there's just a degree of RNG to the run where it's just like you just might lose. And that was the same thing with Cam. Cam was pretty much, I think even the best guilds in the game, 95% was the max they were getting. You might have a one-off where everybody got one, but it's not. It was 45 shards was considered top tier.
You're talking like a 10% loss ratio there. Do you know what I mean? Like that's 10% of all battles RNG. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
and this
fine.
was with coaching. This was with actual strategy. This was with like flawless mods and everything. And it was like you were saying before, it was an actual well-designed event with an actual strategy and some actual interesting things going on, as opposed to that. So I mean, with the my point was just with the crate raid. The crate raid, I think, has some interesting things going on. You need to play that as manual. You got to figure out the strategy. You got to get the mods right and everything. And I don't want this new this Endor speeder bike raid to not have any strategy. I don't want it to just be a full auto. Like I want something interesting, a puzzle to solve.
I'm hoping it's not just the cynic in me that's like, oh, I think this is how they're gonna go. But it's just it's adding up the whole. We've taken away your character's abilities and replaced them with these abilities based on their kits. So it means that the characters themselves matter less than their typing. And if it's their, I'm talking about, are they an agility support or an agility attacker or whatever? That matters more than what their actual kit brings. It's like, so do their uniques count? Do their leaderships count? Does any of their kit come into play? And if it does or if it doesn't, that drastically changes any of the theory crafting involved. And then you have to think, is it just like flood the market? Is it more about let's just have lots of teams, regardless of what they are, just so you can build points? Or do you have to actually think about, I need certain characters that I have to build up? And that's the part that worries me. But I don't want to pass judgment. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Hint, give us a post, damn it.
That'd be a swell idea. Has somebody reached out to the devs to say, hey guys, what's with this new Endor raid?
Hey guys, so what's
anybody? Raid? So I've heard you got this new Endor raid coming out. What's that all about? It's almost like they should come on the Tribes Talk podcast and have a chat with us.
I can get. Oh yes.
Yeah. Put it out there, guys. Put it out there. Everybody, go onto Twitter and ping Meathead and say, Tribes Talk wants you to join us for a chat. Just do it. Yes, done. Yes,
easy.
Done. Yeah, done. Yeah, easy money, guys. And then we'll have a way. I don't think I'm going to be like the what is it? The Galactic War Report. They got like 2 or 3 exclusive releases over the years, haven't they?
The Escape Podcast got some. I think the Galactic War Report got some.
I think Cubs got 1 or 2. Heinze, I think, got 1 or 2.
Cubs definitely had. I want to say the Leviathan kit reveal. And I think
he had Starkiller. He had Starkiller. No.
I don't think he was
Cubs had Starkiller. Cubs had Starkiller. I think Gom had Mara Jade.
Oh, really? Executor. Okay, Evo said.
Yeah.
Cubs had exec.
Evo saying Cubs had Executor. Okay.
Yeah. Did I say Leviathan? I meant exec.
Yeah. See, I thought he had left before Leviathan.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely did. Definitely did. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly. We want to have a scoop. CG for Tribes Talks. Thank you, Evo. Make it happen, Captain. It won't happen from me. It has to happen from the from the beautiful masses of the holotables. Our wonderful tribe has to unite as one and push out and say, "Hey, CG, come and have a chin wag." I know a lot of you guys really love that term, chin wag, because
it's fun. It's a good term.
It is.
I like it.
Out of all the terms, CG has Dr. Z marked as a no-fly zone. It sometimes honestly, I don't think I'm marked as a no-fly zone necessarily. More of I'm a no-time zone. Let's have a chat. Oh no, 4 a.m. No, we're not doing that. So maybe I am marked as a no-time zone. I don't know.
Oh, you never know. Wake up early enough. Maybe they'll have a Friday night reveal with a puzzle with Scribble.
Well, exactly. I mean, I would be like, my Tribe Talks co-hosts are Wolf and Carthrick, and you love these people, so come have a chat. And they'll be like, hell yeah, brother. Mm-hmm. I mean, we can look puzzled. I can look puzzled very well. I'll be like, I guess the real problem is can I do this without swearing?
Ooh, fuck.
And I'll be like, yes, I can do it without swearing, but I would also have to not drink, and that's probably the harder part. Can I do it without drinking is probably the real question.
Probably.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So
I think we got it.
Yeah, I think we got it.
I believe.
I think we got it. Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. No drinking, no fun.
I mean, I don't think that's going to be a clause. I think for the most part, it's just going to be keeping everything PG-13. It's going to be the bigger part.
I mean, I do that all the time on my YouTube videos. So
yeah,
I will stand for the devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
We will not invite Mary J. to.
Mary J. You're not. It's MJ, and the other MJ is also not allowed in that particular.
MJs are not allowed to the this particular fight.
Yeah, I'm sorry, MJ. Yeah.
MJ. I mean, not MJ. MJ. Yes,
well, obviously.
All right.
Yeah, we're talking about Spider-Man's girlfriend. She's not allowed on this particular talk. No.
Obviously, yes.
Because she's slamming Hardy.
She doesn't know a single thing. She doesn't know anything about Star Wars.
She knows nothing about Star Wars. Yeah.
I mean, seriously. What are you even going to do?
I don't know.
Although I will say on that note, we were talking earlier about people to complete the Malicloss team over there with Seer and everything.
Oh yeah.
And if we don't get frickin' Balin and shit at some point, then I don't know what the hell is happening.
They wouldn't be UFAs though.
Online Force user, absolutely.
No, they're gonna have to come up with a new tag for those guys, and they're gonna be Imperial Remnant. I guarantee you, they'll have that tag. They might be UFAs.
If Ahsoka is online, they're online.
But
I mean, you're right.
Were they ever part of the? They were never Imperials though. They're mercenaries.
Have you watched the most recent episode?
They're mercenaries. They're as much Imperial as Boba.
This is
true.
They're
as much Imperials as Boba Fett was Imperial. Like Boba Fett was a mercenary, worked for the Empire. He's not an Imperial.
If they bring them into the game, they'll have Imperial Remnant tags. Like I guarantee you. Yeah, because they're not going to work under any other team. They're not going to work under any other team.
User. Online Force user. They love UFOs.
That team's already done and dusted.
They love UFOs.
And you can't replace both of them.
Ufu.
If you put Balin and Shin on the same team, then you got to kick 2 people out, which means who? You kick out Seer and Cal? No, you got to keep Seer for the lead. You can kick out Fulcrum, but Cal is like the reason why the team survives.
Probably Fulcrum, honestly.
But that's only room.
You probably kick out Fulcrum.
So you got Seer, Cal, Malicloss, and then they could do Balin and Seer. I guess that would fill the last 2 spots, but
Balin and Shin.
Like it would be wasted.
I mean,
wasted
at the end of
material.
the day, they need to bring those 2 characters into the game because they're too freaking cool, right? Balin steals the fucking show. No spoilers in this podcast, by the way, but Balin steals the fucking show in the Ahsoka TV series, in my opinion.
Yeah, some of the
every scene.
The fan theories right now are actually kind of really interesting on some of the stuff that they're talking about. So
I love seeing the fan theories. Some of mine have been just completely far off, completely horrifically wrong, and I am so glad that they were wrong.
Yeah, you're like, Balin's skull is Anakin Skywalker. He survived.
Some of them have been close. Some have been like remotely kind of close to what happened, but I am glad that they've gone the way that they've gone with some things, and it's been so good. It's been so good.
I'm looking for. Well, we got 2 episodes left, is it?
Yeah, 7 and 8.
That just makes me so sad. It makes me very sad because it's just getting real good, and I don't want it to just be 2 episodes. I'd like 4 more episodes, please. Can we have 4 more?
It's in season 2.
Oh my god! Spoiler in chat. Vader is Luke's father. Oh god, Busio, how?
That's not true. That's impossible.
All right,
search your feelings. You know
somebody
it.
ban him from the chat. Somebody ban him from the chat.
Spoilers. Mods in the chat. Make sure that you ban that Busio guy. God damn it, Busio. Think you know a guy. Think you know a guy.
Jeez, just go and spoil.
Let's. Who else would you like to see? Trying to keep this spoiler free from the Ahsoka show. Join the holotables.
Well, I mean, from the trailers, we can at least talk about all of that sort of stuff because we know Morgan Elsbeth is in there. So I think she would be an awesome addition over there. Again, this isn't spoilers. He was in the trailers. So a new legendary, some sort of whatever ultimate version of Thrawn, I think could be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere along those lines. We can go for repeats of a lot of new characters. New Sabine, new Ahsoka. I mean, realistically,
revitalize a brand new Phoenix faction. Why not? They don't have to be. I think you could get like General Syndulla.
Yeah, Hu Yang, absolutely. I would get
Hu Yang. Yeah, give us Hu Yang. Hell yeah, he's cool. I like Hu Yang.
David Tennant in my life.
Yep.
Oh goodness, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
It would be great if he worked alongside Jedi somehow, because he passes some form of like master's training, because that's what he did, right? He taught Jedi.
Could be great. He trained them in lightsabers and make stuff. It could be great. Oh my god!
Exactly, and be brutally honest about everything. Which is lovely. Yes,
he is so sassy.
You're terrible. I love him. Yeah,
you are by far the worst.
June, I'm not going to say that on the stream right now for spoilers reasons. But yes, I'm in agreement with you. But I don't necessarily think that'll be a lifter for that unit, because I think if we are to get that unit, it would be a new unit. You know what I mean? So
I mean, we have a couple things that they could add just on that perspective too, but there's a lot of wide swath stuff we could take from Ahsoka, but I mean, right now it's the factions they're going to build out of it, right? So it's like you're going to take probably some of the important characters, but we're going to need to build, if they wanted to do anything with those factions, you need to bring in more Imperial Remnant, you need to bring in more
Republic.
Yeah, would be the things that need to come in.
We need a New Republic tag. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Yep. Gotta happen.
Yep.
Gotta happen.
I mean, ultimately, we're a long ways away from seeing any Ahsoka series characters in Galaxy of Heroes, which is a little bit sad. But
March,
spring earliest. Yeah. Yeah, spring at the earliest.
But we're likely headed into Mando Season 3 content in addition to whatever legacy character ends up being. So
strange.
Give me it. I want
hate
it.
the lag. The lag is so bad in the releases. Seriously,
Yeah.
it feels like they're shooting themselves in the foot, not having this ready. Like
the hype is gone, right? The hype is gone at that point.
Well, they literally can't. Like Lucasfilm is so close-fisted on what they're working on that unless they let them in to show them what's going on, they've got they are under legal obligation to not do anything. You know, so they're never going to be on top of it. The only time we ever were was freaking Bad Batch with the other one, but she was already in the trailer, so we already knew what the character was. They weren't working on a character that had never been released, so it wasn't anything that they wanted to keep under wraps. And I can't think of any other ones that were around the newer content releases that was an issue for.
I don't know because I hadn't started the game yet, but was the Prepared faction around the Solo release?
I don't remember. I don't remember how far behind it was.
Because I wasn't. I'm pretty certain I started playing after the marquees had just finished for that.
Yeah.
Because I remember being pissed off because I think the Nest marquee was one of the last ones, and I missed out on the Nest marquee, which means I didn't have a Nest unlock, and Nest was so useful, man. I was really irritated by that.
She was a late ship farm, right?
Yeah.
She was a later one. So that you actually had to go through that crazy TIE fighter node. Oh my god, remember the TIE fighter node? You had to beat that. Oh god.
That was way back in the day.
Worse. Cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Oh god.
Yeah,
so
and that's what I'm saying.
Climb in those things.
A lot of what CG is doing now is intentionally distancing themselves from new releases, because if the fan base doesn't receive it well, then they just spend a ton of money and effort on a product that's not going to move. The only people who are going to buy it are people who are going to want to stay with the meta, and that's the only reason they'll engage with it. But the average person is not going to engage with it. So I mean, it's kind of like they don't want to put out stuff that people are going to be like, that's only good because you made it good, not because I like the character or whatever else.
And when you look at it like from that standpoint, from like a purely business standpoint, then they have that product, they have that they're selling it, and they have some whatever thing behind it, and something that is more marketable and everything. 100%. I mean, like we talked about earlier, like Starkiller. I'm sorry, Aphra, I never read the damn comic books. I played the video games. I played Fallen Order, not Fallen Order. I played
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. There we go.
Academy.
I played Force Unleashed. I played those games. Absolutely. I didn't read the comics. I'm sorry. Like we say,
low-key, that's why. Because it wasn't even just Aphra that was so. Or it wasn't even just Starkiller that was so cool, because having stuff like Mara Jade come to the game, huge.
Yeah.
Kyle frickin' Katarn, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like, for me as a kid, I loved the Jedi Academy game. Well, Jedi Knight Outcast, Jedi Academy, Dark Forces 2. What is it? Dark Forces Mysteries of the Sith was the expansion pack to the first Jedi Knight game. I played all of those. Freaking loved them. To see Kyle Katarn come to the game, I was like, fucking sick, bro. Kyle Katarn. But then you get Aphra, like BT1 and 000, who are already in her team. I was like, who? Like, do you know what I mean? It was just like,
there was a lot of that with this one though. It's just like there's a lot of just like, okay, cool, bye.
Yeah, great.
See you later.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Which, I mean, there was a similar feeling, to be completely fair. There was a similar feeling around the Revan release, because some people had no idea who the hell Revan was if they didn't play KOTOR. I mean, that was what it was about. And while I loved KOTOR, I played the fuck out of KOTOR. And Scribe is doing a KOTOR 2 playthrough right now on his Twitch.
I am. Every Thursday, guys, come join me, and I can fumble around KOTOR. I love a bit of fumbling.
So I mean, those characters just absolutely hit for me. But for a lot of the community, it was like, KOTOR what? Revan who? It's just one of those things. Unavoidable with, I guess, expanded universe content, but what you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. It is always going to be a little bit of a, how much of the player base is actually aware of these characters. That's always the gamble, I guess. I'm not even sure who they could go with, truth be told. That would have a massive impact like that.
Like characters like Darth Krayt would be Talon's master.
Who?
Would be one they could go with. I know it's not. It's a very much an EU thing that might be going to be interested. But a lot of people who were excited for Talon to come into the game were upset that she got paired with Traya and Krayt didn't show up in the game. And then they thought with the Tuskens that might be an avenue because that's part of what of his culture. So there are always options, but I mean it's just like how far off the beaten path do you want to go, and where do you want to pull from? So I mean, I'm down. I just want it to be light side. I guess that's where all I'm sitting on. It's like I don't really care. I just want something light side. I'm so sick of the constant deluge of dark side that it's just like
there must be balance in the force.
I know, which is funny because you look back at out of all the characters to release, it's been a fairly healthy mix of both. But it's just that like all the powerful characters besides Leia as of late have been dark side. It's just like,
whoa! Did you completely forget about the new GL Drogon? Like, come on.
He's not a GL though.
He feels like
a monster though.
He's a monster because of Leia. That's exactly why he's so good. It's because of Leia.
Yeah.
Like it's a funny...
Watching him shoot someone for 600,000 damage is kind of that's kind of like, this guy claps.
It's actually I read his Omicron. It's an Omicron that basically just says inside of GAC JML is less effective. That's all it is.
That's how it reads. It just inside of GAC JML is less effective.
Yeah. JML can get fucked. Okay, cool.
Well, it's because he gains a ton of stats, but he's immune to ability block.
That's
with
nice.
The later ally, if the rebel ally in the leader slot is a tank, he's immune to ability block. At the start of his turns, he dispels all debuffs from another random ally, and they recover 25% health of protection at the start of the battle. If the leader is rebel fighter, then that's the stuff for
And the cooldown manipulation is already blocked, so it can't even get increased by JML either. So
yeah. So it just means that he's not going to be ability blocked on the rip, which is better for dealing with things like that. But yeah. Anyways.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, however, we did recently get Jedi Cal, so we did get a good, solid light side unit.
Yeah.
So I will say that much.
Well, Jedi Knight Cal is good, but I feel like he's in a weird design spot because he's not really needed with JML to do anything that he really couldn't do before if you had your Jedi built out. And Jedi Revan,
the JKR team.
Yeah, but it will elevate better after the Bolt Cron goes away. Because right now at the Bolt Cron, you just still lose somebody. Malgus' first turn, he'll one-shot somebody. Yeah, he'll one-shot somebody.
Oh, yeah, the bulk is a lot. Yeah,
the bulk is
15% per ally. Yeah. That does a huge...
I'm ready for that Bolt Cron to go.
So the only way Cal survives
an adjustment period.
Yeah,
oh god.
The only way Cal survives that initial hit is if you also take your own Bolt Cron with you, and you automatically blow your savior, which sucks because you still have to endure their first salvo of attacks because they're going to just roll your face. So it's like you go in and the only thing you do is kill Malgus, which is, for some people that's all they want because they can come and clean that up with Bounty Hunt or something else like that. But it's like you're still two tapping to go in with Jedi Knight Cal on that one. So when the Bolt Cron falls and you're able to get away, you're gonna get in a better spot for dealing with Malgus. But if they do anything that is more bulk going into the next set, then it's the same story all over again. Jedi Knight Cal is equally as ineffective because they can't power through the damage. It's like you're one trick pony. You can kill Malgus, and then you'll spend the rest of the battle trying to kill the four of the characters. You'll probably never get through Malik. You will time out.
that kind
and
of
everybody these days has got an R9 Malik thanks to Leviathan.
Yeah,
so
not just Malik. I saw Marauder causing problems too.
Yeah,
he gains defense and everything on him. Yeah,
he gains a ton of stats too.
Yeah, and his health steal is nuts as well. Let's be fair. Like he can go from like 20% health to full health, like one hit.
And the thing is too with Cal is that every time you debuff anything, you just make them heal. And so it's like, or you get somebody really close, and Revan's not dead yet, and Revan uses Force Storm. It's like a full heals for the team.
Yeah,
it's just like it's
so
this never-ending game of like if they have a decent amount of defense and bulk, I'm not getting through in time. I'll get like maybe 3 out of 5 characters down, and then it's come back and clean up.
Yeah,
but that's kind of where it is right now. Yeah, so when the Bolt Cron falls off after the season, that team will probably have more prominence. But at the same stride, when that falls off, Malgus is probably going off of defense too, and is going to be moved to offense because Malgus is probably going to be one of the better counters versus Seer.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah, well, the fear is going to destroy Seer. So
I live with fear every day. Yeah.
So I think that the Malgus just gets rotated off of defense because he can no longer endure everything besides a GL. And then you just use it to counter Seer, and then Reva goes back to countering JMK and things like that. So there's just so much control under the Malgus team that even with the damage, the 2 tanks are immune to percent health effects. Seer can never one tap them. Every time Terran crits, which is a large portion of his kit is critting, if he's hitting Malik, he's just gonna fear himself. So it's like I don't think they'll ever have the ability to line up enough one tap to kill, like Bas. They might be able to kill Basla out the rip, if Terran can get a good one hit out there. But I think it's going to be.
He does put out great damage, but they'll have problem actually getting through him.
So it depends what the next set has too, right? If it's more bulk or if it's anything else, then people just rotate to compensate what's on defense and what's being used. So.
I mean, the only thing we can say for certain about the next Datacron set is that it's absolutely going to have something for Drogon and something for Malicloss as a level 9. Like, those two are going to be there.
I was waiting for you to say it's going to have something with dodge because
it's going to have something for Drogon, something for Malicloss, and something to make you go as bold as I am.
And dodge because you all rolled away your accuracy because fuck you, that's why.
All right.
Yep, exactly.
And then that's exactly when I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to be in the top 50 of the game anymore. I'm going to fall like a rock into somewhere more competitive.
All neutral characters gain 100% turn meter at the start of a turn. Yes.
I'll take it.
I already do that in JC.
You said Drogon and Leia or Malicloss?
No, Malicloss. Drogon, I don't think Leia is going to get a level 9 Cron. I think Drogon will get one. I think R2 will get one. Okay. I think that Malicloss will get one. I think those I'm pretty sure are going to get Crons because they never new characters come in. Maybe Nisa. I don't know. Maybe Princess Nisa.
A while ago. Level 6. We were talking a while ago. I think on stream or something. But level 6 Rebel Fighters. Makes sense, and then Drogon for level 9 would absolutely make sense.
No, it's gonna be Rebel Tag because Leia's not a Rebel Fighter either.
I guess they could probably do that. There's a chance. I guess they would. I mean, but then maybe they limit that even further. Maybe they do that and just say, hey, to fix Rebel Fighters, but not Leia. Why not?
Just affects Drogon. Basically, I suppose if you have like Chirrut.
What a joke of a Cron if that's the case.
I know. Hey, you never know.
I'm with you.
You never know with CG.
I would
probably more likely Rebels.
The factions I suspect will be there are going to be Rebels, are going to be Ewoks, and are going to be Darkside Unaligned Force users. It's going to be Ufa.
Focus Darkside.
No. Well, it's going to be. They're going to split the Cron to Darkside because we already did Light Side Ufu Cron. They're going to do Darkside Ufu. So I can guarantee you, we're going to get some Inquisitors back into that mix with that.
Yay!
They do love their Inquisitors.
But definitely something for Malicloss. But it's going to be the split that they come with. They might do another Darkside faction, or they might just run with those 3 and let them go. But It depends on what they want to do if they wanted to add a 4th faction, because they did have 4 factions the last set. You had clones, Wookiees, Phoenix, and Jedi.
Yep.
So I could see them doing 4 again and doing 2 light, 2 dark. But with the current releases, the only dark side I could see is either Imperial Remnant or Imperial Trooper, and bringing up Scout.
Yeah.
As part
it would make sense, right?
But that's
I'd be freaking down for an Imperial Trooper Cron, man. Like, that would be sick. Wolfie brings up a good point.
Gideon.
Yeah.
Like, it might be too soon for an Imperial Trooper Cron. For the Imperial Remnant Cron, like, I feel like they wait till like Gideon comes in. Maybe after that point, then they release something for him. But you're probably along the right lines there. I agree with like the Rebels and
I'm just looking at the marquees that have come out. That's all I'm looking on, is that what's released recently. That's usually whatever releases prior to a Datacron set is the higher chances of being involved in the Datacron set. Because we already had Rex, but he was the only one of the layer requirements that was thrown into this last set. So that still leaves Kneesaa, Scout, and Drogon. So that's Ewok, Imperial, and Rebel and / Rebel Fighter. But and then Malicloss is the other one, and that's Dark Side Ufu. So that's my suspicion where they would go. But they could do that, or they could just do a regular generic Empire one, and then save an Imperial Remnant or Imperial faction specifically for the next set. That's always an option.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we'll see what long term happens with that. I am looking forward to the Datacron post on Wednesday and getting an idea of
agreed. Oh my god.
What we're looking with and what the farm.
If let me ask you this. Because I put forward, let's have a Malicloss level 9, an R2 level 9, and a Drogon level 9. What do you think they might throw at these for these particular characters? For a level 9 ability. Start off with Drogon, for example.
I think, with R2, I think they're just going to give him more stats.
That'd be nice. Stupid stats.
He could do more stats. Yeah. I mean, giving him burning with his stun or something.
Giving him number
he's
crunch.
Got the burning stuff, right?
Yeah, give him number crunch, but give him give it like a more powerful version of number crunch on level 9 for Leia, and just have it be super nutty. And then Drogon, the only thing I can see that Drogon being crazier is that his basic inflicts burning on top of everything else. Because then you would get burning to spread a lot more consistently. The burning against, depending on what team you're fighting against, tenacity up is so hard to get around. It doesn't matter. I got 250, 300% potency if you have tenacity up, and so many GL teams have tenacity up. So it's
they do. Yeah.
Either
tenacity down.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
R2's burning does tenacity down, and then it applies burning.
Yeah, there you go.
Easy.
But
even better is if Drogon's leader is a rebel tank GL, let's completely narrow it down. Enemies cannot resist detrimental effects. It's better than tenacity down. Every debuff sticks 100% of the time.
Immune to tenacity up.
That would be a good laugh. That would be funny.
So specific. It's you can't get tenacity up. Fuck you.
Sorry, get wrecked.
If enemies get tenacity up, dispel it, and they get tenacity down instead.
Exactly. Yes. Perfect.
When an enemy gains tenacity up, they instantly defeat themselves.
JMK's team starts. Bump, dead. Revan lead starts. Bump, dead.
That's right. I mean, that's it. I mean, dispel tenacity up and replace it with tenacity down. Done. Easy.
Yep.
Get wrecked.
We fixed the game, guys. Yep, we fixed it. I love it.
But you'd have to be locked. It would have to be locked tenacity down because the.
Oh yeah, they just cleanse it otherwise.
Yeah, they just cleanse it. That's the thing with the Jedi. Every time when they're like Jedi, we're gonna make the way to beat Jedi with tons of debuffs, and then literally the Jedi are like, yeah, but we cleanse that a lot. You're like, gosh.
Wait a minute, shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, it's their own fault. So I agree. I think having either increasing the amount of stats that R2 gains through number crunch exponentially, or the amount he passes. Like if he shares 100% of his stats to all of his rebel allies.
Well, that's what I was saying.
That would be nice.
They do the number crunch, but they just increase the instead of 20 or 10%, he shares 50%.
150%. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Give him Chupio levels of sharing.
No. He already gets
Chupio. Well, let's talk.
They already give him so many boosts. Like he's almost doubling his offense pool anyways with the
75%, right?
Yeah. So it's like if you wanted to give him like a 1.5 multiplier, everyone on your team would be rocking like 30k offense. You'd be one tapping things with like an R2 basic.
Let's do it. Let's do it all day, every day.
You won't have Leia operational by the time the Datacron disappears.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, let's not do it. This is a stupid idea, guys.
Now, it could be a lot of fun if it was either like Padme, do Padme lead with R2-D2 in this new number crunch and then kick some face in. But that's where I would assume they go with the current set. And then with the other announcement we should get this week is the next Conquest character. So,
yeah,
Moff Gideon. You mean? Yeah.
I mean that is like 90%
GPA,
of what is.
Excuse me, GPA Gideon parentheses Beskar armor.
Yeah. But I want to be able to say I want to go into a fight with the new Beskar armor Gideon and say, "Papa's got a brand new bag," and then go in and win the battle.
Ooh, I like it. Oh, I like it.
You need to take Moff Gideon in with the bag bros so that you can have all the bags.
Bag tag team, let's do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anybody else got a bag in the team? I mean, technically, Chupio has got C-3PO in a bag.
He's got his little side bag, his satchel thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, Vandor has a satchel. Vandor
there we go.
has a satchel going on. He's in the bag team. Done. Easy.
Who else in the Resistance has?
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, we just need a ball bag team. That's all it is. Big old ball bag team featuring Beskar armor Gideon. I can't wait.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
I will say I do love that we finally have Glow in game.
Oh god!
Get out of here.
Glow has joined the holotables. The glow is the feeling you get after unlocking her. Yeah,
it makes me happy.
GL Leia Organa Glow, not Galactic Legend Obi-Wan. No, that was a stupid one. Sorry, Jig. But GL Leia Organa Glow, that makes total sense. The glow up is real right now.
Absolutely love it.
I like how JTR's art has the blaster pistol holster on her still, but she doesn't have one in her slot. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Unrelated. I was looking through Resistance characters that might have bags, but it's only the bag bros.
It doesn't have to be Resistance, man.
I know. It was just where I started.
Oh, right.
I was just trying to keep with the faction.
We're going to do a run through of each and every faction to find which characters have bags and which do not.
We need the bag tag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a new faction tag, bag.
OG Chewie has a bag.
There we go. OG Chewie, Vandor Chewie's got a satchel. We're good.
Yep. Oh,
done.
Yeah, bag bros and Beskar Gideon.
3PO Chewie has a bag.
Done.
Easy money, baby. We can make a bag faction. Let's put it forward to CG.
No, legitimate. It's like those TWs. I mean, everyone remembers those TWs when they had those all Hans on deck and those sort of like silly teams and stuff like that. Like they can do that again. With
the backpack,
everyone with bag tag.
Any character with a bag doubles their stats for this TW.
Pow has a bag. It's a backpack, but it's a bag.
They all get granted ability throw sand. They throw sand in their opponent's eyes out of their bag, and they blind them for the rest of the battle.
Instantly kills Lord Vader, obviously.
Done. Obviously, yes.
Oh my god.
All iterations of Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker are instantly killed. So there's your gas counter. There's your Lord Vader counter. There's your Qui-Gon counter. Done. Easy.
I mean, you just need to have a bag. I got a jar. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh,
amazing.
I got a jar.
Brilliant. I mean, we think like CG. Just hire us. We are your creative department. Now.
Seriously. Done.
I mean,
easy.
Somebody needs to.
I will accept payment in bourbon
and Mary J. Yeah.
Done. Easy.
I'm a simple man. I just take hard cash, CG. Thank you. Yes. Or just send me information about upcoming releases so I can prepare myself ahead of my constituents. Constituents? Peers.
You don't wail hard enough for that information even to matter to you.
That's a very good point, Karth. But if I created a YouTube channel around an anonymous guy that leaks information around every upcoming release, and I get loads of money from that, I could wail enough.
Yeah, but how long do you think that would stick if they were upset with you leaking that information? If you're the only one who gets it,
they don't know it's me.
Get your logic out of here. But they don't know.
They'll never know
where he lives. So
they'll never know. Yeah, exactly. They'll never know that I was the only person with the information and it was somehow being leaked.
Just wear a fake mustache over your regular mustache.
Discord
whenever you do videos.
A curly one,
and Scribbles copied the information and then TM'd like all my friends. And then the information got out.
Mm-hmm. Dengar has a bag as well, apparently. It's where he keeps all his grenades.
Ooh. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
He's part of the bag faction. We've created a new faction today, guys. I hope you're proud. I'm so very proud of us.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. We're game changers.
The cursed game changer program that is still going in other EA games, I believe, just not Galaxy of Heroes.
Back when they used to care. I mean, they still do sort of care, but you need to test, damn it.
Yeah.
I will.
I'm getting water, damn it.
Water?
We're back. Water? I hardly know her. What?
Exactly. I too will get
not water. I'm out of whiskey. What do you want from me?
More
whiskey.
alcohol.
I need to get more whiskey. Well, okay. That's a fair point.
I mean, I'm currently... guys, I hope you understand how much I'm sacrificing to be here on the show today. I hope you understand. Because currently, right now, is the Rugby World Cup. And Wales were playing Australia today. You know what the kickoff time was for Wales-Australia? The exact same time as we started the Tribes Talk podcast. So I have to not look at my phone to make sure I don't get spoiled the score of Wales v Australia. If someone types it in chat, fucking my mods better ban that shit. Because if Wales beat Australia, we go through into the next round. So I have to not look at my chat because my mum and my brother. Do not. I'm not even looking at my chat right now because I feel like somebody's going to troll me with the score, and I don't want to know what the score is because I want to watch it after I finish this tutorial.
It's a soccer game, and I think I guessed too high of a score.
Yeah, so he put numbers in there. I don't know if it's a reasonable score. It's just like some numbers.
I mean, actually, for a rugby match, that can be a score, but it's highly unlikely because that would be like a try from one team with no conversion and potentially 2 tries with 1 conversion for the other team. So it can happen, but unlikely. But yes, that's how much I'm sacrificing to be here. I could be watching Wales, Australia, but I'm choosing to hang out with my fellow peers here in the Tribe Talks because I like them.
I like that other one. They clearly scored 65 banners.
Yeah, they went in first. They killed one team on the front wall, and then they called it quits. And they're hoping that Australia doesn't attack.
Yeah, easy. Checks out. Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I'd be over the moon with a 65-0.
Oh god!
And Scribbles getting pissed tonight, folks.
Yeah, but I've got work in the morning, and I've got gym in the morning as well. So.
Who's Jim?
We have learned.
He's a very attractive man with a big bushy mustache.
There you go.
Yeah, yes. I've got to be in the gym, the place where the iron gets lifted, the Iron Paradise, for 6:45 tomorrow.
I think it's up, bottom down.
Yes. Now.
Pick things up, put them down.
If you do not feel it in the muscle.
Oh man, sorry. That was a commercial for a gym a while ago in the States.
Was it really?
It was just this like incredibly, just like ridiculously bulky. Just going, I pick things up and put them down. I pick things up and put them down. It's just like an ad for a gym.
I mean, that is kind of what you do in the gym. You pick things up and you put them down again for an extended period of time. And that was me paraphrasing The Anchorman. Yes, absolutely. Love that film.
There we go. Done.
We're trying out this new fad. It's called jogging, or it could be yogging. It might be a soft J, but essentially you just run for an extended period of time.
It's supposed to be wild.
It's supposed to be wild. For fuck's sake. I love Anchorman. It's so quotable. It's so quotable.
Seriously.
You're ironing your shirt before work? That'd be crazy, Night Fox. I work from home.
There you go.
Yeah.
I say I do not iron shirts. I work at a goddamn machine shop, so yeah, we do not iron shirts around this place.
No, you just use bits of iron. I imagine.
Yes, indeed.
Do you actually use iron? We wear gloves and overalls. Yeah. So I guess
steel. But I guess technically steel is made from iron and other alloying elements. But you know, that's science stuff.
Steel is an alloy, isn't it? So I mean, yeah. And the only reason I know that is because of games with crafting systems. So
Skyrim.
RuneScape taught me that tin plus copper makes bronze. Thank you, RuneScape, for teaching me about science.
Yep, I didn't play RuneScape, but I did play Valheim. And Valheim also taught me that tin plus copper equals bronze. And I need coal as well, apparently, but that's for different reasons. Coal and wood.
Yes.
So actually, like bringing it back all the fucking way back to Galaxy of Heroes. How's GAC gone for you guys this week? People turn up for this GAC talk that we like. Eventually, what I'm really hoping long term for this podcast is eventually the Swigger stuff just gets filtered out, and we end up just being three blokes getting drunk talking about shit. Well, Carl drinks water, I guess. So we just ramble.
I didn't have
to.
So
GAC this week. I'm a level with you. Today, I took my TFP up a few relic levels and sished out all of its mods. Because it seems like that damn counter with Empire
the
versus
Chimera,
Leviathan really comes down to TFP just one-shotting somebody. So I put some. I may go to Relic 8. I went to Relic 7 for now. I may go to 8. I don't even know how crazy I want to be. But it seems like
Wolfie.
that dude just one-shotting somebody is what that counter comes down to. So my GACs have pretty much, like, week 1, I think I went 1 and 2. I would have gone 2 and 1 easily. I would have won round 3 easily. I could not clear Leviathan. I got horrific RNG in the Empire counter. I got horrific RNG in the Profundity counter. I just lost. No. I couldn't do anything. So a lot of
you took in the Chimera counter and you literally, like, you couldn't kill anything, and then the Profundity counter just went completely tits up and you couldn't kill anything, and oh god.
They hard focused Defender, and I was just kind of done. So I'm messing with some things, trying to see what's, because that's what it's just coming down to fleets a lot, and it really sucks when I have a great ground game, and then fleets is just are a big old fuck you. It's not fun. It's really, really demoralizing.
Take everything meta to offense.
I mean, that's what I've been doing, except I've actually been putting Leviathan on defense right now because I feel I don't need it on offense. And Leviathan, exactly what Wolfie's talking about, is sometimes all you need is a little bit of bad RNG in the Leviathan counter, and you just can't clear it. So I'm sort of like, it's kind of like, put it on defense and hope. kind of thing, you know? But I'm still keeping... it kept me a hold as well. I'm just hoping that with Profundity and Executor and Chimera and other ships for offense, that I can hopefully clear any defense my opponent set. So that's what I'm hoping. But yeah, so did you say 2-0 so far, Wolfie?
This week, I'm 1-1.
1-1 this
No,
week.
last
Sorry.
week I went.
Yeah.
Last week I went 1-2. This week I am 1-1. So total I am 2-3.
Nice.
That's not math works, right? Yes.
Math. Yeah. Usually with math, what you do is you add some numbers together, you put it, and it makes a different number. Usually.
Oh. Ooh, that's special.
Yeah. Sometimes
Wait, so
it
sometimes
doesn't.
they're the same number? Bro. Mind blown.
Yeah. How about you, Karth? How's your GAC gone this week? Yeah,
this week, both accounts are 2-0 this week.
Mr. Big Balls over here.
Well, the Weissen account's kind of a joke,
Mr.
right?
Two accounts over here.
Yeah.
The Weissen account's kind of a joke because I'm fighting from so low that like it's
because this was like an absentee account, right? So it dropped to like Kyber 3 or something.
Well, like I think the last like last season 3v3, I don't think Ash played at all.
Okay.
And so like he might have done like shut up, then 10 banners, and then quit. So he fell into Kyber 3. When I took over.
I'd love to drop into Kyber 3 just to see what that feels like.
Just to beat up on the toddlers.
Just to go like 9-0.
Yeah. You have to go 0-9 to get there, though. That's the downside.
Well, yeah, I mean that's yeah.
You need to lose those points to get out of there, but yeah, the short of it is that the oh man, what is it? The
banners.
Everything that I'm fighting right now is just it's like the counters are super easy because there's the Datacron investment's really low. You know, it's not like I'm trying really hard to win or lose the fights. It's just like go in and clear. Like my last opponent didn't attack. The previous opponent killed one GL, failed the second, and stopped attacking after that. So it's like there's not much to really try on here. So it's not like I need to exert any real effort into winning that account. My main account, the Karthik account, the first round was let me review that real fast. The first round, I think it was they just didn't even try. I want to say is what happened.
But your Karthik account is like still top 50, isn't it?
No, I'm out. I went 0-3 the first week, and I got absolutely pushed. I way out. I lost like 150 points because the first week you gain and lose the most points in the first week. So I lost like 130 points week 1. So I went from like top 20 to top like 100 and something.
Oh, okay. So only top 100 and something. That's
yeah.
God. You nubbin. You scrub.
Yeah. So the first round, the guy went like ultra heavy defense on me. He went 6 GLs on defense, but he couldn't clear my back wall or my Amalgus, so he stopped after only clearing 1 zone. The second guy, he did 2 attacks. He killed Leia and then failed versus Rey and then stopped. So he got 70. He got 74 and was done. But on that one, I couldn't clear Leviathan. Okay. I didn't have anything
like
to deal. Well, I used my Empire.
I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
I used my Empire counter to beat his profundity. And so I was trying to executor the versus the Leviathan. And
like triple attacker?
Yeah, triple attacker. Because I have an R9 on the account, so I move first, and I can get the breach out before the mass assist, and get the contract very quickly. But the damn Sith fighter got away from. I couldn't get the marked on the Sith fighter for nothing. Like every time I had the basic available, it had foresight, and I couldn't get the mark to get it to stop their TM gains. But once, so I lost that, and then I just had no way to clearing it up. I only got rid of the Sith fighter on the first pass, but leaving it preloaded, I just had no way to get into the team and kill somebody because they just like once you get dazed into the floor, you know. Separatists don't really do anything. And you know, Radis needs Radis needs the damage dealers to be gone to do an effective cleanup on that fight. So I didn't. And they
Radis needs like a prayer and a miracle, and for the team to already be preloaded and lost a unit to maybe clear something.
And another ship.
Yeah, there's that too. Honestly,
and to start the match with 4 ships. Yeah.
If the AI hadn't placed Mark 6 Interceptor in the starting 3 and would have put Dagger in, I probably would have won. But Mark 6 Interceptor was doing the AoE the first time every time, which puts out a ton of debuffs. And so they were getting
starting with the Mark 6.
It was after preloaded.
So you
Mark
killed
6.
the unit, and because I've actually heard from some context that starting with the Mark 6 Interceptor without the Fury, so you go Sith Fighter, Mark 6 Interceptor, and Sith Bomber, is actually horrendous. But I find it weird because there's
for who to beat though.
For anybody to beat, apparently. Now it seems a bit weird to me because there's no pre-taunt, but maybe with the changes, apparently it's horrible. I haven't seen it, I haven't tried it, but apparently it's awkward. So allegedly, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yeah,
allegedly.
And Wolfie, I need to have a word with you because you started saying I'm not alone, and all I've got in my head right now is I'm not alone, so don't forget it. Fuck you, Wolfie. God damn it. You know I'm susceptible to breaking out into song.
I love it. I love the Scrab streams where just random break out into song. I just put like a half a lyric or something and you're like, I need to break it into song! And just
it's in my bones.
It's amazing.
So Garth had some interesting interactions. My GAC round 1, as you might imagine, gentlemen, was a bit of a loss. We had the charity defense set, and whilst I am incredibly proud that we managed to full clear against our opponent, when you have defenses such as Jawas and Ewoks and C with Ben and Ray and a Leviathan fleet
Jawas
with 3
are not full relic.
No, they were gear 11. and no, hang on. Yeah, Jawas were gear 11. Ewoks were gear 11. There was the C with the Ben and Ray. I mean, they're all relics, but that doesn't make any fucking sense. There was the GBA lead with Count Dooku, Jabba the Hutt, Lobot, and somebody. There was 5 hands, 5 Chewies. And so, yeah, obviously I lost. Yep. But we still got the full clear, goddammit. Especially with the Leviathan that had 3 Millennium Falcons, Razor Crest, and Ebon Hawk. Like, that just basically killed every fleet I had.
Falcons.
Every Falcon. And then we had the First Order fleet on defense, and then there was something like, it was the Endurance lead with Rex, some other random shit. So I had no Holdo as well, because we had no Millennium Falcon. So we managed to kill through his fleets, and he had pretty sturdy fleet defense. I'm pretty sure he had pretty sturdy fleet defense. But he beat me by about 90 banners or something. Which actually I'm okay with, considering how hampered I was. So
it's actually not bad, realistically.
No, it wasn't
shit you had on defense, that's pretty good.
So yeah,
like,
and second round,
you would have won that straight up. No, you would have won that straight up.
No, like he had about 100,000 more GP than me, and I was just looking over his account, and I was like, I'm pretty certain in a straight fight, I bodied this guy. But obviously, charity stream things, we do things for charity here. So we did it, and it cost me. And then round 2, I was just too inefficient, and I lost quite heavily. So I'm 0-2 so far, which is painful, deep down into the very giblets of my soul. But we'll see how round 3 goes, which we'll be doing live on Twitch tomorrow, Monday evening, which won't be tomorrow for people listening to this, obviously, retrospectively. But hey, guys, build a time machine, go back in time, and watch me play GAC tomorrow. That makes all kinds of sense on every plane of existence, I'm sure. So, yeah.
And even
crazy
some
times
planes that don't exist.
Oh yeah, well that one too. Yeah, on the planes where it doesn't make sense, it's in reverse world, so it doesn't make sense. Actually, makes sense. So, Wolfie, now you don't have to talk about this, but I had an announcement come through. Ram is supposedly left the battalion now. What's going on, man?
Well, not for the podcast.
That's fine. You don't have to talk about it, but I was like, God damn, where's Ram gone, bro? Ram's left. I mean, that's sad news. That's sad news.
Not for the podcast. I know. Not for the podcast.
It's a shame. It's a shame is what it is. But I hope everything is good, basically. I hope things are cool, and I hope things continue to soldier on for the battalion, essentially. So
Indeed.
Yeah, that was sad news for me today when I had that ping in my notifications. I was like, oh no, no good. Guys, what else have we got? Because we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and I'm struggling to think, and it can't be to do with anything with the whiskey that I'm drinking and the beer that I've drunk.
No,
that's a coinkydink.
No, not possible.
No. Who?
What are we thinking? Oh my God, GAC is active. Oh God, it's live. Oh no. What are we doing?
Oh, attack phase is here. Oh no, oh my days. Mine looks okay, actually. That's fine. Nice. Yeah, this guy doesn't have 40 level 9 points.
Oh God.
No, I've done no scouting at all. This week entirely, actually. I thought this week is a bit of a write-off for me in GAC, so there's going to be zero scoutage. Night Fox apparently has already full cleared his GAC. So, well done, Night Fox.
Were you not paying attention to the Tribe Talks podcast, and instead you're playing Galaxy of Heroes, Mr. Night Fox?
That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. No, you think you know a guy. Yeah, I mean, this last round of GAC, I had that guy who had 377% defense on his Jabber. I can't wait for goddamn Bulkrons to be gone. Like, no.
Dude,
I don't want that level of defense.
It is going to be a huge adjustment for all parties involved losing this Bulkrons.
Especially with the Armorcron, right? So especially with the fact that we've got we've got armor pen right now. So if defense disappears and we don't get something equivalent in the next set, we're just going to have all of these crons with shitloads of offense, crit damage, and armor pen. You're going to just hit someone and they're going to melt. It's just going to be like, oh, he's dead.
Teams are going to be ridiculous, and any team that can get in front with that kind of stuff is going to just wreck face.
You're actually reminding me, Karth. I don't know if it was the charity stream or the last round of GAC when I went in with a dash team with a bit of defense pen and I did an AOE and he killed 4 characters in the AOE. Yeah. I was like, what? Wait, no? Well, that doesn't happen.
Because he also starts with offense up and crit damage up as well. Yeah. So it's like it's a double whammy on his behalf. So it's like, yeah, there's going to be some really nutty offensive teams. I mean, right now, just with the
apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the technical difficulties. We are professional streamers here. Putting on a show is the one thing that we know how to do. So I'm sorry about that, guys, but we're back. I don't know how long we were gone, or what we were talking about at the time. So
everything's gone out the window.
Losing datacrons and the thickness. And everything. Yes.
Down with the thickness. Thank you, Foxy. Appreciate you, brother. Yes, I think my OBS just crashed. It just crashed. No lo sé. I don't know. You never watched Wales play soccer before? Yes, Chuck. That's okay. Wales are terrible at soccer. They've got one good player, and he's retired now. So yeah, when Thickcron goes, and we've just got this massive amounts of armor pen, crit damage, and offense, things are going to die really quickly.
Yes.
So I don't know what they do to try and counterbalance that. I don't.
More thickness.
Well, yeah, maybe.
There is a strong chance of that, I want to say.
I just don't want flat defense again. Flat defense.
I almost want to say if they do any kind of bulk again, it's going to be either armor or resistance. They'll split it.
One stat. Yeah. Well, it'll probably be resistance, seeing as though we've got armor penetration right now. They'll be like, "Ha! Your armor penetration is useless here. Let's have resistance." Yeah.
That's
Essex, if you do that, I will slap you with an appendage. All right. Directly to the chops. Do not give me anything right now. I will not be happy. I need to be able to... Like, it's now nearly 11 p.m. and I'm going to watch the rugby after we finish this. So I need to watch that and hopefully find out that Wales beat Australia. That's not an easy feat. They're a great rugby team. And they've got a lot more population than Wales, guys. Just saying. Australia,
a little bigger country.
Little bit bigger. Little bit. Let's actually population. Wales, 3.136 million. All right. Wales has got 3.1 million population. Australia, 25.6 million. They nearly have 10 times as many people as us. They've got 9 times as many people as us, nearly. Right. They have a lot more people in their gene pool to pick out for good rugby players. They should be infinitely better. So, they are very good, to be fair. They're very good. So I can't wait to watch that after this. It's going to be amazing. How do you bring bulk without bringing bulk? Just give a touch of dodge. Don't even go there, Evo. We've already discussed we're not having another dodge. Oh, please don't let there be another dodge meta.
They brought that out and like scarred us for life, and literally we are just sitting here like all like with PTSD from the freaking dodge meta. Like, oh god, no more dodge, please, no, don't do it again, don't.
Or just a case of
seriously,
Lord Vader has ultimated. I guess I'm just going to basic until I die. Then that's infinite crushes with irresistible ability blocks and days. Like, nothing you can do about it.
How is this fun? Come on.
It's like great.
So much fun. So much fun.
The height of fun. Nobody wants that. Like, if they're going to do that again with cooldown decreases, they have to do it light side just to make it fair. So, light side with no cooldowns.
As long as it's not Empire at the same time, then I think we will survive it. But it depends on what the faction bonuses work. Because the reality of why the Dodge Crown was such a massive pain was because the fact that it was paired with the cooldown reduction.
Oh yeah, for real. For real. In isolation, some of those stats are not too bad. I mean, I still can't really fully get on board with 100% dodge, but like ability block on its own, no cooldowns on its own isn't terrible. I mean, they could have chosen a better faction than Empire for that. You know, with the way that Vader works and the way that Lord Vader works.
That was the worst faction to choose for that, like, debuff cooldown reduction thing. Like, the Darth Vader, the Lord Vader, like, that entire team is about debuffs. Mara Jade could not be able to sit there and literally throw grenades for the entire fucking battle. That's it.
Or just hop. It'd be like, hop, 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 hop. Like, you would have thought they would have learned from deployable cooling systems, right?
Yeah, that was the entire battle.
Yeah, you don't want Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, just hopping, spreading buffs, and hopping, and spreading buffs, and hopping, and spreading buffs, and hopping, and hopping, and hopping, and hopping, and hopping, and hopping. Or CLS, just constantly using call to action and having Chewie and Chewpio just go, pew pew, call to action, pew pew, call to action, pew pew, call to action. It's like, come on, man. No, that's not fun. I mean, it's funny, but it's not fun.
Yeah. It's amusing the first time. Like, once, it's really fucking funny. Like, haha, they did some shit. Yeah. And then, like, when you lose 6 GACs in rows because of that shit, no.
Fucking Tarkin just standing there going, having a rave with himself, pointing at people before he calls down the fucking nuclear orbit thing, just destroying the entire field. It's like, oh, God.
There was so much with that set that was just
so
cancer.
bad.
It was so bad. The whole set was just trash.
Yeah. I mean, the first time you see it is hilarious. It's kind of like when you had the Interceptor blowing up capital ships, right? You know, funny shit.
It was really funny.
No good though. Like
5 minutes, and then it was really dead and over with.
It's not good game design though.
Yeah. It's like even when you faced it on defense, you're like, oh shit, oh no, God, we've got Tarkin in the loop. All right, guess we time out.
Yeah.
Because he's never going to call it down. He's just going to point at you for the remaining 4 minutes.
That's actually one I'm surprised he didn't step in and fix though, because
seriously,
they are always like major anti-infinite turn meter loops, and then they're just like the Datacrons come in, they're like, I mean, only if it's like things beating non-GLs, and then when Tarkin came up, they're like, it's okay, whatever, we don't care.
Yeah,
it'll work itself out in 3 months. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
That's
you could deal with it for now. It's only like 3 championships worth of GAC. You can just deal with it for now, or kill Tarkin. Don't let him live.
Just go 0-9 for threes, and then in 5s you'll be able to go 9-0, and then in 3s you'll go back to 0-9, and then you'll just that'll be your life. Perfectly
balanced, as all things should be. Amazing.
Indeed.
Dear me. Never again, hopefully.
I really hope they've learned from that meta. They realize that it just never should come back and it should die in perpetuity. But
yes,
yeah. They should just they should never be a no cooldown ability, because it's just fair. It causes too much. It's too much too much nope.
Again, it was fun on offense. Like I used. At one point, I was stuck in 3v3, and I had no way to kill, like, my opponent put all of his GLs on defense, and I was just pulling shit out of my ass, like, how the fuck can I actually clear all these teams? And the last team I had no idea how I was going to clear was a slacker team with Daka Zombie. And what I ended up doing was it took in Palpatine with Mara Jade and Shore Trooper. And all I did was the entire battle was sat there and threw out shocks for like 3 minutes, just grenades and grenades and grenades and grenades until eventually Slacker died. Because I had no other counter for him. So eventually I'm left with just Daka Zombie sitting there at timeout, because at this point Daka has stacked up a crazy amount of health because I'm removing turn meter. And
you're like, I don't want her to revive Slacker.
It doesn't matter. I got down to just Daka Zombie, let a time out, and I got to clean up a solo Daka Zombie and no Slacker. Easy. So I mean, it was nice for the offensive tools that it unlocked, but it was so cheesy. It just stuff like that. It just, those are game mechanics that are like, it's like you expect it to be like on a cheat code or something like that, because it feels like way too cheesy. It's just it's too much.
Evo in the chat bringing up the old dash, like dash taking a bonus turn after everybody else's turn. Oh,
dude,
those were good times. Yeah, it was like everybody was throwing dash with Rey, weren't they? Because it was just like Rey would hit ult super quickly. It was such a pain in the ass to deal with, because she gains, what is it, like 5% ult whenever anybody takes a turn. So with dash taking a bonus turn every single turn of the enemy, it was just like, yep, we're getting to ult real quick here, boys. That was scary. Dash was terrifying back then. Goddamn.
I think he was doing more damage too, right? Was there like extra damage or something?
It was something stupid, like 100% bonus damage on that turn or something. I forget
exactly what it was.
Just crazy.
Oh yes, it was double damage on the bonus turn. Oh my god, yes, he was wrecking face. That's what it was. Oh, you're right.
It's like Dash takes a turn, and he AoEs, and oh my god, everybody is nearly dead. It's okay though, I've got a turn now. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
And he just cycles through his abilities so quickly. Yeah, so you couldn't stop it. You just couldn't stop it.
There was no turn meter stopping it. It was bonus turns. Sorry, get wrecked. It was
Chuck Sachs is absolutely right. You just remodded your dash for 0 speed and maxed that offense, baby.
Yeah.
So he just AoEs and wipes the board. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah. It was insane.
I had mine modded like that for that whole Datacron set. Because obviously I had that Datacron, but goddamn. It was fun to use because you could use it to kill basically any GL. It was just like, yep, bonus turns, AoEs, lots of damage. You're gonna die. Yeah. Good times.
What you love to see and hear. You just go out there and wreck the face.
Yeah, especially those GLs. Never liked them. Stupid GLs.
I mean, that was the first thing with the Datacron set is that they were like, oh, we're just gonna give you guys like a taste of like infinite power on like your GLs, and people were like, as much fun as that sounds.
Yeah, we don't need that.
We'd really prefer if you didn't. And so you're just like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure that's how you feel about that? And we're like, yes, we do.
Yeah. I mean, I still had the rude
thing.
Oh, with the 75% additional damage per alive character.
Absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking absurd.
The Rail just being like, hey, by the way.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry. You didn't kill someone before I hit ult? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Good talk.
Yeah, you're going to lose some units right about now. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Never. Oh, I mean, I had the ultimate pleasure of fighting that Merincron not so long ago, and that Merincron is just stupid, man. Like,
yeah,
you kill the units.
It's so crazy high.
You kill one unit, and you're like, oh, my entire team just died. It's like, what? like you kill a unit, and you're like, oh, you now have 18 stacks of plague across your entire team. Shit. Well, fuck. Yeah, so
I didn't sign up for this.
No. How is that? How does this make sense? Yeah, you better have gas for that, otherwise you cry. You just cry. Or a GL, I guess, but you know. Mostly cry anyway.
Malicloss, who prevents revives.
No. But he'd probably just die anyway, right? Because he wouldn't prevent the zombie reviving.
No, he would not prevent zombie reviving, but he would prevent everybody else.
And Malicloss is actually surprisingly squishy, I found. He's surprisingly squish. He does a lot of damage, but he can't take, like, he dishes it out, but he just can't take it, you know what I mean? So,
well, I mean, that's kind of how a lot of those glass cannon characters function, though, right? They're just made of nothing but damage, and then when it comes back to them, they just get wrecked. But that's the only way it kind of makes those fights fair to a degree. Yeah. We don't need people to be complete tanks in all the aspects of the game. They can't deal shitloads of damage and also, be tanky. We can't all be Lord Vader. Like, to be fair, Lord Vader doesn't really deal a lot of damage until like 3 minutes into the game.
Long time. Yeah, he stacks up. It's a long battle.
Yeah. But he is incredibly thick. Like Jabba is probably thicker, I feel, than Lord Vader. But yeah. Just because the recovery on Jabba is just crazy.
Tons of recovery. Yeah.
Jabba just can recover like 50% of his protection on one of his specials. And it's like, that's obnoxious.
The bonus protection too.
Yeah, the bonus protection with the
bonus protection, everything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not nice. That's not nice. But hey. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up Tribes Talk right now. We've been going for 2 hours and something. That's my very scientific way of saying we've been going on for some time. Wolfie, Carthrick, any last words? Any final rights from you guys?
Man, I think we covered it all. I got nothing. I'm all tapped out.
All covered in sticky goo. I like it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I think we good. Let's wait for the Datacrons on Wednesday. Let's wait for the new Gideon release, hopefully on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to what's to come. Hoping for a road ahead soon. Hoping for all that stuff soon. Let's looking up. Let's get some new info. Let's get some new information. Let's get it going.
Hit me with it, CG. Let's do it. Catherine?
Yeah, I'm ready.
No, I'm good. I think we got everything sorted and squared away.
Yeah, we did. All right. Peace out then, Tribe. Make sure that you give us a like and a subscribe on this channel, and make sure that you follow us on Spotify or iTunes or any other podcast hosting website that I'm currently pushing this wonderful Tribes Talk podcast too. And we will see you all next Sunday. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. We'll have lots to talk about then. Make sure you join us. Peace out, guys. Big love. May the force be with you.
Bye.